Green, and Strasburg-Franklin. The Strasburg-Franklin Tigers are 21-7 overall entering this contest. The Tigers compete in the Inter-Valley North Conference and have a conference mark of 11-1 entering today's affair. The head coach for the Tigers is Mike Becker. The Green Bobcats are coached by David Shoup. His Bobcats enter today's contest with a record of 22 wins and 4 losses, 7-1 in the Southern Ohio Conference Division I. The Green Bobcats, for the third straight year, are SOC champions. Let's take a timeout. When we return, we'll introduce you to the starting lineups for both the Green Bobcats and Strasburg-Franklin as Green tries to get the win and make it an all-Scioto County regional final tomorrow back here at OU in the Elite Eight. This is Regional Tournament Baseball on 92.1 FM WIOI. Proud to cheer for the home team, and even more proud to have you on their team. Whether you need insurance for your home, car, or business, they have your back. And because the local community is so important to them, they'll be right there with you, cheering for your team. Contact the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency today for more information about a policy from Encova Insurance. Visit the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Online at barrettmurphin.com. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel. Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical. Just as the Wheelersburg McDonald's has been in the Parsley family for years, so has pride in the Wheelersburg community.
I'm Drew Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2011. Best of luck to the Pirates.
I'm Cam Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2014. Stay humble, stay hungry, and go Bird.
I'm Nick Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2018, and a member of the 2017 state champion Pirates football team. Go Bird.
Hi, I'm Bruce Parsley, class of 1982. Go Pirates.
Josie and Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck. Mako Finish Products, located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finish Products wishes the best to all local teams. The Green Bobcats are getting set to lock horns with the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers. Hi, everyone. I'm Chuck Greenslate, live at Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens. We are just about set to begin today's Division VII Regional Semifinal, the second of two. Earlier, it was Southwebster topping Newark Catholic 4-2. Now Green will try to join Southwebster in the Elite Eight tomorrow. The Jeeps await the winner of this upcoming contest. Let's meet the starting lineups for this evening. First, for Strasburg-Franklin, which will have first at bats being the visiting team. Leading off will be senior pitcher Drew Lancaster. The sophomore Brody Bothman, who starts at shortstop, will bat in the 2-hole. Batting third will be senior second baseman Caden Dugan. Batting fourth will be junior Brody Hurst. Batting 5th, first baseman Avery Keffer. He's a junior. Batting 6th will be junior catcher Tanner Tucker. Batting 7th, senior left fielder Zayden Barr. Batting 8th will be junior designated hitter Brock Johnson. And batting in the 9th slot will be right fielder Peyton Herman. He's a sophomore. Playing in center field tonight for Strasburg-Franklin will be Lucas Gopp. He is a sophomore. And again, the Tigers are coached by Mike Becker. 21-7 overall, 11-1 within the Northern Division of the Inter-Valley Conference. Starting for the 22-4 Southern Ohio Conference Division I champion Green Bobcats, led by head coach David Shoup. Leading off will be second baseman Riddick Jenkins, a sophomore. Batting 2nd, senior center fielder Mason Neal. Batting 3rd will be senior shortstop Gabe Blevins. On the mound and batting 4th this evening, senior John Knapp, who is already committed to Rio Grande University. Batting 5th will be junior catcher Noah McMacken. Batting 6th, senior right fielder Uriah Satterfield. Batting 7th, sophomore third baseman Case McIntyre. Batting 8th, senior first baseman Brennan Rennison. And batting 9th, senior left fielder Connor Blanton. Those are the batting orders for the Green Bobcats and the Strasburg-Franklin. The Green Bobcats will be wearing black jerseys with white numerals trimmed in green, white pants with a green stripe down the sides, white hats with a green bill. Strasburg-Franklin, colors are orange, black, and white. Orange jerseys tonight for the Tigers with black numerals trimmed in white, white pants with black stripes down the sides, and gray caps with orange bills. Those are your Green Bobcats and the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Regional Tournament High School Baseball this evening from Athens, whether you be listening on 92.1 FM WIOI or watching on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. Let's step away for 60 seconds, and then we'll be back for the first pitch. This is High School Regional Tournament Baseball on 92.1 FM.
Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Manford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
Thinking about a home cleanup project? Putting on a new roof? Replacing that old broken concrete driveway? Then you need to call the professionals at Correll's Bulldog Containers. They have many sizes of containers to choose from. Whatever your next cleanup or project around your property, call Correll's Bulldog Containers. Open 6 days a week. Phone 574-4455. That's 574-4455. Locally owned and operated. Correll's Bulldog Containers.
High School Regional Tournament Baseball on 92.1 FM WIOI is being presented in part by the Sherman Cricker Insurance Agency. Call your home medical, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Clark's Pump and Shop, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Mako Finished Products, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, Menford Telephone and Menford TV, as well as Falcon One Internet. Our contest this evening is also being brought to you by Hope Source, the Glockner family of dealerships, Harris Floor Covering, Little Septic Service, the Real Estate Gallery, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, the McKinley Funeral Home, and the Parsley family-owned McDonald's Restaurants. The starting lineups are being announced over the PA as we speak, and we are just about set for some more high school regional tournament baseball. What a great week it has been for most Scioto County teams in Athens over the last week, going back to last Thursday. In softball, both Notre Dame and Wheelersburg picked up regional semifinal wins at the softball field here at OU just across the way. And then they returned on Saturday to claim regional championships, getting both Notre Dame and Wheelersburg back to state in softball. They'll be playing in Akron as the week moves forward. Notre Dame playing tomorrow at 12:30, and Wheelersburg playing its state semifinals Saturday morning at 10. You'll be able to hear those softball games from Firestone Stadium on 92.1 FM WIOI. Now, as far as baseball is concerned, last night, Valley and Minford played each other in a Division V regional semifinal, with Valley picking up a 6-3 9-inning win. So the Indians move on to the Elite Eight and will play tomorrow in Marietta against Harrison Central in a regional final that will get underway at 5 o'clock. And then just a short while ago, it was the South Webster Jeeps rallying from a 2-run first-inning deficit to defeat Newark Catholic 4-2. In that contest, the Jeeps gave up 2 runs off of 4 hits in the first inning, and from that point forward, no more runs and just 1 more hit as South Webster's Benaiah Andrews wound up pitching the victory as the Jeeps scored win number 20 of the season to advance to tomorrow's regional final, awaiting the winner of this upcoming game. The Green Bobcats three-peating as Southern Ohio Conference Division III champions this season, looking at their journey through postseason play. To this point, it has been pretty well smooth sailing. The Green Bobcats were winners over Racine Southern, 8-0, back on May 26th, and then topped Gloucester Trimble 4-3 to win a district final at Logan High School last Friday. So tonight, it'll be the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers standing in the way. Strasburg-Franklin, throughout the postseason run for the Tigers, they have witnessed some pretty convincing wins, to be quite honest. 9-0, 4-2, 7-0. That is what Strasburg-Franklin has done so far in postseason play. The River Pilots was who this team defeated to advance to today's regional semifinal. The Bobcats have taken to the field again for Green today. The batting order has second baseman Riddick Jenkins leading it off, followed by center fielder Mason Neal, shortstop Gabe Blevins, pitcher John Knapp will bat fourth, catcher Noah McMacken fifth. Uriah Satterfield in right field will bat sixth. Batting seventh will be Case McIntyre, and batting eighth, Brennan Renison. And rounding out the batting order for the Bobcats is Connor Blanton. For Strasburg-Franklin, the first 3 batters we will see here to begin the top half of the first inning will be Drew Lancaster, Brody Boffman, and Caden Dugan. Lancaster is a senior, and he's going to get things started today as we await the beginning of the second Division VII regional semifinal here at OU. Lancaster on the season, batting .388, 106 plate appearances, 80 technical at-bats, 35 runs scored, 31 hits, a dozen runs batted in. He's had 3 doubles, a couple triples, and he went yard once for a home run. He'll be batting from the right side of the plate. I know it was talked about up in the press area here. Did we ever decide if Drew's last name was Lancaster, as in Lancaster, Ohio, or Lancaster, as Lancaster? Lancaster, like in Ohio, only fitting, right? Lancaster, Drew Lancaster. He will step to the batter's box. John Knapp on the mound. Really looking forward to seeing Knapp pitch in person. I've heard so much about his skill set throughout his career. Not only a great baseball player, but a good basketball player. Lancaster. See, Becky, you're doing this to me on purpose, aren't you? Lancaster it is. Drew Lancaster, not from Lancaster. This pitch is going to be a little bit low for ball number 1. Game underway. 1-0 the count. John Knapp, a right-handed pitcher. This is a shot to left field. It's going to get over the head of the Green left fielder. It will roll all the way back to the wall. The runner's going to round second, going for 3, and he will have a stand-up triple. Will Drew Lancaster to begin the game. If Drew Lancaster only knew the conversation I was having, I'm sure he'd be saying, "You know my name now, don't you, big guy?" Drew Lancaster gets it going with a 3-bagger. And just like that, Strasburg-Franklin gets a runner in scoring position. Boy, that was a shot. And the left fielder for Green, Connor Blanton, just really had no shot at it as it got well over his head. But he was able to track it down rather quickly, but not before a triple. And here is a shot that's going to get down for an RBI single. This is Brody Boffman, the shortstop. 3 pitches, 2 knocks, and 1 run scored for Strasburg-Franklin. Great beginning to this one for the Tigers as they take a 1-0 lead here in the early going. Brody Boffman drives home Drew Lancaster to make it 1-0 in favor of Strasburg-Franklin, and that will bring up the number 3 hitter, Caden Dugan, the second baseman. Brody Boffman, moments ago, with his 18th RBI recorded this season. A .400 batter entering the game is Boffman. Now it's Dugan trying to keep it going. He'll take strike number 1. Dugan is batting .303, 76 at-bats, 23 hits, 27 RBI, and 23 runs scored himself, and he will be hit by a pitch. He will take his base. So the first 3 Strasburg-Franklin batters to get the game started. A triple by Drew Lancaster. An RBI single by Brody Boffman. And now Caden Dugan is hit by a pitch. Hopefully Green is getting it all out of its system here early on, because it's been all bad luck for Green here at the moment. Brody Hurst, the number 4 hitter and third baseman, a junior. He'll step to the batter's box with runners on first and second, no out. His team with the early 1-0 lead.
You feel free to return it to either dugout. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Thank you.
That ball fouled out of play beyond the first base line. Brody Hurst going to send a drive deep to left field, and a near collision between the shortstop and the left fielder. The left fielder calling off the shortstop seemingly at the last moment. That was Gabe Blevins, the shortstop, retreating way back, and then Connor Blanton came up to make the catch for the first out of this inning. And boy, it's been nothing but rough luck so far for Green. Had they not made that play moments ago, it would have gotten a lot rougher. But 1 is away, and that will bring up left-handed hitter, first baseman Avery Keffer. With runners on first and second, runners going, throw down to third, not in time, and that's a stolen base, and the runner from first goes over to second as well. So runners advance, still with just 1 out in the inning. The pitch was just out of the zone for ball number 1. 1-0 the count to Keffer. Batting .283 entering this game. Here's the pitch, fouled back against the screen. Strike number 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, the new count. Just underway here in the second of 2 Division 7 regional semifinal baseball games taking place at Bob Wren Stadium in OU. It was South Webster prevailing over Newark Catholic 4-2 in the first. The Jeeps get the winner of this one. This pitch will be fouled back. Actually, the ball didn't get past the catcher, but Avery Keffer did get a piece of it with the swing, and that is strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Runners on first and second. After the double steal moments ago, just 1 out in the inning. We're in the top half of the first, just getting started. 1-0, Strasburg-Franklin leads. This pitch will just miss the outside corner for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tanner Tucker, the catcher, is on deck for Strasburg-Franklin. John Knapp on the hill. The 2-2 pitch. Swung upon and missed. An off-speed changeup. Strike number 3, and John Knapp logs his first strikeout of the day. Let's see if that gets him going. Out number 2, and a big out it is. Considering the way this thing got started for Green, with 1 run being scored in the first 3 pitches of the game, if the Bobcats could get to the finish line here to end the top half of the first inning, only surrendering 1 run, one would have to consider that a pretty good thing. Right-handed batter Tanner Tucker has stepped into the batter's box. His first pitch, high and inside for ball 1. Little breeze across the chin there on that last pitch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, swung upon and missed. Strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tanner Tucker. He's batting .267 entering this contest and 60 at-bats. He has logged 16 hits, 13 RBI, 1 extra base hit, which was a double. The 1-1 delivery. Fouled back. Strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tucker. DH Brock Johnson is in the on-deck circle. The number 8 hitter. Green is hoping that he doesn't get an opportunity to come to the plate until the next inning. It's 1-0 in the top half of the first. Strasburg-Franklin leads the Green Bobcats. This pitch catches the outside corner and rings him up after a rough start to the game. John Knapp gets it rolling, He strikes out the last two batters that he faces, and it is 1-0 Strasburg-Franklin early on, but after a rough start to this game for Green, it didn't get much worse after that first run scored. That's the only run so far, and we go to the bottom of the first inning with Green coming to the plate for the first time, trailing 1-0. This is Regional Tournament High School Baseball on WIOI.
Located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the area's leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
Just as the Wheelersburg McDonald's has been in the Parsley family for years, so has pride in the Wheelersburg community.
I'm Drew Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2011. Best of luck to the Pirates.
I'm Cam Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2014. Stay humble, stay hungry, and go Bird.
I'm Nick Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2018, and a member of the 2017 state champion Pirates football team. Go Bird.
Hi, I'm Bruce Parsley, class of 1982. Go Pirates!
To the bottom of the first inning we go at Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, where the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers have an early 1-0 lead over the Green Bobcats in this Division VII Sweet 16 matchup. A regional semifinal with the winner returning tomorrow to take on South Webster at 3 o'clock in a regional final. The Green Bobcats are going to be led off by Riddick Jenkins, the sophomore second baseman. Mason Neal and Gabe Blevins will also see trips to the batter's box here in this first inning, and hopefully more for Green. The first pitch is just off target for ball number one. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. It's going to be fouled out of play beyond the first base side for strike number one, evening up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Drew Lancaster led off the game for Strasburg-Franklin with the triple and then was driven in moments later by Brody Boffman. Lancaster is pitching today for the Tigers. And here's a line drive to shortstop off the bounce, fielded quickly over to first base for out number one. I tell you what, that shortstop has a rocket arm. Brody Boffman, man, did he zip that toss over to Avery Keffer at first base. 6-3 on the putout and 1 is away. That brings up center fielder Mason Neal. He is a senior, the number 2 hitter. Neal batting .341 on the season. In 107 plate appearances, he has logged 30 hits. He'll foul this first pitch back out of play just over the grandstands on the first base side. Strike number 1. 0-1 the count to Neal. Gabe Blevins, the shortstop, is on deck. A moment being taken as a loose baseball was retrieved by one of the Strasburg-Franklin coaches. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung upon and missed, strike number 2. So Mason Neal quickly behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 3 doubles for Mason Neal this season, 13 RBI, and 21 runs scored himself, and he goes down swinging. Strike number 3. 2 our way here in the bottom of the first with the Green Bobcats trailing the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers 1-0. That brings up Gabe Blevins, the shortstop. He is a junior. Blevins on the season has the best batting average on the Green roster as he is hitting .471. This pitch, foul back, strike number 1. Boy, Drew Lancaster is wasting no time on the mound. I mean, he gets ball, he throws ball. I dig that. He wasted no time getting that leadoff triple in the top half of the first inning. Oh, and this pitch is going to be inside and hit the batter. Gabe Blevins takes quite a shot there, and he hunkers down for a moment. He is in some extreme discomfort. I'm not for sure what body part that got exactly. Somewhere on his arm. Couldn't tell if it was the wrist or the forearm or the hand, but he is going to walk down to first base after being hit by the pitch. So Green has its first base runner of the day, and that will bring up John Knapp, a senior for Green, as mentioned in our pregame, bound for Rio Grande University. Knapp on the season, batting .365 in 85 at-bats. He has logged 17 hits and driven in 34 runs, 10 doubles, couple home runs. He scored 17 runs, 31 hits, I beg your pardon. 17 runs scored, 31 hits on the season for John Knapp. He'll take ball 1. 1-0 the score. Strasburg-Franklin leads in the bottom of the first inning. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Knapp. Swung upon, driven deep to left field, but not quite deep enough. The left fielder is underneath it, and he will catch it for the third out of the inning. F7 is how it will be scored. The left fielder, Zayden Barr, the senior for Strasburg-Franklin, getting underneath that shot over into the left field area to get that third out. Score remains 1-0 in favor of Strasburg-Franklin. To the second inning we go. This is Regional Tournament High School Baseball on WIOI.
With Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
1-0, the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers lead the Green Bobcats in this Division 7 regional semifinal baseball game, coming to you live from OU in Athens. 4 Green in the bottom half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left stranded, and no errors committed by Strasburg-Franklin. For the Tigers, due up in the top half of the second inning, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That would be Zayden Barr, Brock Johnson, and Peyton Herman. I'm Chuck Greenslade. Thank you for tuning in to high school baseball this evening, whether it be on 92.1 FM WIOI or whether you're watching on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. John Knapp on the mound, waiting to go to work against Zayden Barr, the left fielder who is a senior. The pitch is going to catch the inside corner for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Zayden Barr on the season is hitting .264, 70 plate appearances, 14 hits, 5 RBI, and 8 runs scored. Strike number 2, delivered by John Knapp. And Knapp, much like Drew Lancaster, the pitcher for Strasburg-Franklin, wasting no time on the mound. Here is the 0-2 delivery. A chopper to short, fielded over to first in time for out number 1. It goes 6-3 on the putout. The shortstop for the Green Bobcats is Gabe Blevins, a senior, and he made a nice play there as he fielded that cleanly and quickly got the toss over to Brennan Renison at first base. Senior to senior there on that putout. That will bring up Brock Johnson. He's the designated hitter for Strasburg-Franklin, a junior who is the number 8 hitter. He stands in from the right side. A pop-up into foul territory along the right field line. Running over to make the catch for the out is Green's first baseman, Brennan Renison, and 2 are away. F3 on that fly out in foul territory. And that brings up the number 9 hitter, right fielder, I should say, sophomore Peyton Herman. Herman is a .237 hitter entering this game. 38 at-bats, 9 hits, 8 runs scored. He'll take strike 1. 0-1 the count to Herman. The 0-1 pitch, swung up on a miss for strike number 2. So John Knapp looking strong here against the bottom of the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers order. Here comes the 0-2 delivery from the Green senior. And this one just misses the mark for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. On deck is Drew Lancaster. Strasburg-Franklin trying to get to the top of the order. Green trying to prevent that. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Knapp. And it catches the inside corner, ring him up. Strikeout number 3 of the day for senior John Knapp. And Strasburg-Franklin goes in order. 3 up, 3 down, score stays 1-0 in favor of the Tigers, with the Green Bobcats coming to the plate in the bottom of the second. This is high school regional tournament baseball on WIOI.
Located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finished Products wishes the best to all local teams.
Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
1-0, the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers lead the Green Bobcats as we go to the bottom half of the second inning at Bob Wren Stadium at Ohio University in Athens. I'm Chuck Greenslade, and you're listening to a Division VII regional semifinal baseball game. Baseball Sweet 16 style on the turf here at Bob Wren Stadium, home of the Ohio University Bobcats, but today the Green Bobcats are trying to make it their home away from home and punch their ticket to the Elite Eight. Now they trail 1-0, but due up for Green here in the bottom of the second inning will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. That's Noah McMacken, Uriah Satterfield, and Case McIntyre. Boy, there is a long talk going on out in the infield with the Strasburg-Franklin head coach, I believe it is, Mike Becker. He is talking with 3 umpires, and then the infielders for Strasburg-Franklin, minus the catcher, are all huddled up around the pitcher's mound. And I'm not for sure exactly what the issue is. No pitching change. It's still Drew Lancaster out there getting ready to continue work. So has there been a lineup change of some sort? So I'm hearing some scuttlebutt in the press area that an arm sleeve had to be taken off, a wristband of some sort, or a forearm band. So the conversation continues out there between coach and umpire. Oh, to only be a fly on the shoulder of one of those umps or coaches. Nobody seems to be agitated or angry necessarily. So now the head coach of Strasburg-Franklin, Mike Becker, will return to the dugout, and David Shoup of the Green Bobcats will walk over toward the third base line, and he'll speak with a couple of the umpires. Another umpire is on the pitcher's mound talking with Strasburg-Franklin starter Drew Lancaster. Typically 4 umpires are used. I'm only seeing 3 right now. And now the Strasburg-Franklin coach is going to come back out of the dugout as we just kind of watch in amazement as why this game is being delayed. Strasburg coach Mike Becker with hands on hips. Again, he doesn't look mad per se, but I would have to think, just gauging by the body language, a little bit agitated. And I still don't think there's a resolution to whatever the issue is exactly that has held up play here in the bottom half of the second inning with the Green Bobcats getting set to come to the plate. They might be going for a rule book. There's actually, it looks like a tournament director leaving the press box and going down to the field. Any idea what's up here? No clue. That's from the official scorer sitting right beside me. If she doesn't know, there's no way I can know. The site director is going to go out and talk to the umpires. And I'm absolutely perplexed if this is all about fashion. So the umpires are actually walking down the right field fence line. They're actually leaving the field, and they're going to go get a rule book. They are going to go get a rule book. Well, that's a first. One of the oldest games, if not the oldest game in the United States of America. Baseball, America's pastime as we near the 250th anniversary of our great country, and evidently something has come up that nobody truly knows the answer to. Well, that's interesting. Well, while I have a moment, an unexpected moment, let's thank some of the people making this broadcast possible, because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for these folks. Special thanks to Cam Parsley and the Parsley family of the McDonald's restaurants from around Scioto County. They have a location in Portsmouth on Gallia Street. They have one out on 23 in the Rosemount area, Wheelersburg, of course, and they've got one on the Double A Highway in Vanceburg, thanks to Cam Parsley and the local McDonald's restaurants. Thank you to William and Donnie of the McKinley Funeral Home in Lucasville, longtime supporters of high school sports in our area. We also want to say thank you to Rob Carell of Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply. Special thanks to Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery. A big thank you goes to Dennis Little of Little Septic Service. Steve Harris of Harris Floor Covering. Appreciate you, Steven. Tim, Mike, and Joe Glockner of the Glockner family of dealerships are helping bring today's broadcast to you. Jay Hash at Hope Source. We appreciate Jay. Also a thank you to Casey Neal of the Mintford Telephone Company and Mintford TV, as well as Falcon One Internet. Thanks to the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Katie Vetter Juice and Company of Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, the Schmidt Family Restaurants. Also thank you to Dan Cassidy of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, as well as Dan at the Sherman Cricker Insurance Agency. We want to say that we appreciate Mark Miller of Mako Finished Products, Kyle Copley, the superintendent at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Thank you to Rick Clark of Clark's Pump and Shop, Wes Carell of Carell's Bulldog Containers, RJ and Rod Conley of Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, and Matt Collier of Collier Home Medical Services. Well, the umpires have at least returned to the field, and hopefully they have found an answer to whatever question it was that they are looking for. It is 1-0 Strasburg-Franklin. Strasburg-Franklin started off the game, top half of the first inning, with a Drew Lancaster triple, and then the very next pitch, the number 2 hitter, shortstop Brody Boffman, a sophomore, singled to left field to drive in Drew Lancaster for the game's lone run. Green settled down a little bit after that. The very next batter, Caden Dugan, the number 3 hitter, was hit by a pitch, and at that moment, Strasburg-Franklin had runners on first and second with no out, up 1-0, but that's when John Knapp would really buckle down, forcing Strasburg-Franklin to fly out to left field, and then back-to-back strikeouts by Knapp to bring the first inning to an end. For John Knapp and the Green Bobcats defensively in the top of the second, they got the number 7 hitter to ground out to short, the number 8 hitter to fly out to first, and then the third strikeout of the day for Knapp. So we are set to play on. Action resumes. Noah McMacken, the catcher for Green, a junior, into the batter's box, and he'll foul the first pitch back. Strike number 1.
So the lineup 5 was pitching, now 11's pitching. Everything was wrong, but they turned it.
The pitch.
So 11's pitching now. The pitcher.
This one will miss the mark for ball number 1. And here is a drive to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And that is the first hit of the day for the Green Bobcats, supplied by the number 5 hitter, junior catcher Noah McMacken. He is on board.
The right fielder, number 27, Uriah Satterfield.
That brings up the number 6 hitter, right fielder Uriah Satterfield, a senior. Well, trying to talk to you and listen to some others talking at the same time can be tasking, but from what I'm gathering, the delay had to do with the lineup turned in by Strasburg-Franklin. We'll address that when we get a moment. But right now, the Green Bobcats bats have all of a sudden come to life, as here is Uriah Satterfield with the single to right center, and back-to-back knocks for Green here to open up the bottom half of the second inning. Green has runners on first and second with no outs.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 42, Case McIntyre.
This will bring up Case McIntyre, the number 7 hitter, third baseman, sophomore. He's batting from the right side of the plate. He's a .231 hitter. He squares up for a bunt. The pitcher looked over toward the first base bag, never threw over there, but there was a big leadoff by Uriah Satterfield. He was able to slide to first base safely. Again, no throw, and Satterfield's going to take another big lead off. And the reason he's doing that is because the first baseman is up expecting a bunt.
Where did 3 start?
Count is 0-1. Scoring up the bunt and fouling it back against the screen is Case McIntyre. That'll be strike number 2. 0-2 the count.
So 11 started at second. He's pitching now. 5 was pitching. He's now at second. And then 3 has been a short probably.
Drew Lancaster awaiting to fire the 0-2 pitch. High and outside. Ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Wrong lineup turned in evidently by Strasburg-Franklin. And the umpire steps out. Looks like he was awarding Case McIntyre a timeout just before Drew Lancaster was getting ready to release the pitch, just as he was getting into the lineup. Runners on first and second, no out. The Bobcats down by 1, but something cooking here in the bottom of the order, here in the bottom of the first inning. McIntyre, the number 7 hitter, he'll foul this pitch back, and the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 delivery from Lancaster. Outside for a ball. That evens up things at 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is the first baseman and number 8 hitter, senior Brennan Renison. Case McIntyre awaiting the 2-2 delivery. Swung upon, a chopper to short, over to second, not in time, everybody's safe. A fielder's choice. The shortstop could have gone to third, tried to get the lead runner. Instead, he decided to toss over to second, and it didn't work out. Everybody's safe. And bases are loaded for the Green Bobcats here in the bottom of the second, with Strasburg-Franklin leading by a run, 1-0 the score. And we've got a timeout taken by Strasburg-Franklin, I do believe, as Coach Mike Becker will walk out on the hill and talk with his defensive unit. Meanwhile, David Shoup is going to gather up some of his troops, the 3 that are on base and the 1 that is in the batter's box. Brennan Renison, he is a senior, the number 8 hitter, and he's getting set to step up to the plate as his Bobcats, with no outs and bases loaded, have quite an opportunity here in the bottom half of this second inning. Renison is a 200 hitter entering this ball game. 88 plate appearances, 70 at-bats. He's logged 14 hits. He scored 14 runs himself. He has driven in 10 runs, and he could certainly add to that RBI count with a nice hit here. He has 3 extra base hits on the season, all doubles. Brennan Renison trying to drive home what would be the tying run at third base, and possibly in the right situation put his Bobcats ahead. Here's a chopper down the third base line. It's foul, and that'll be strike number 1. So the wrong lineup card turned in by Strasburg-Franklin is what I'm being told.
This is your starting pitcher. He got injured in between innings, so they switched it up.
Oh, okay. All right. This pitch is going to miss for ball number 1.
So it wasn't anything about the sleeves. They were trying to figure out how many pitches the new pitcher would get.
I'm getting more information relayed to me that I will pass along to you here in just a moment. This pitch misses for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. Brennan Renison awaiting the toss. Here is a knock. It's going to get down, and we are all tied. The Green Bobcats looking for the lead. A throw toward home. It'll be handled by the cutoff, and Green has taken a 1-run lead courtesy of a 2-run single by Brennan Renison, the number 8 hitter. What a job by Renison stepping up in a key situation there, and Green might not be done just yet. Runners on first and second. Still no outs after that 2 RBI knock moments ago by Renison. 2-1, the Green Bobcats have surged ahead of Strasburg-Franklin, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, senior left fielder, Connor Blanton. Trying to keep it going. Blanton squaring up for a bunt, pulls back. This is going to be a ball. Throw down to second. It's going to get past the second baseman and roll out into center field, but the center fielder for Strasburg-Franklin is there to pick it up before the runner on second can go anywhere. Nice job by Lucas Gopp, the center fielder for Strasburg-Franklin. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. This pitch misses for ball number 2, 2-0. Blanton is batting .214 on the season. 15 hits on the year, 8 RBI, 11 runs scored. He waits the 2-0 delivery. Swung upon and missed for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Riddick Jenkins, the Green Bobcat second baseman, is on deck. Four consecutive hits for the Bobcats to begin the bottom half of the second inning. Green now up 2-1. Here's the pitch, swung upon and missed, strike number 2. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. And it's going to catch the outside corner for strike number 3. That will be the second strikeout of the day for the Strasburg-Franklin pitching staff.
Number 2, Riddick Jenkins.
Was he the one that got hit by the pitch?
No, that was the short.
That brings the Green Bobcats to the top of the order as Riddick Jenkins steps into the batter's box. First pitch misses the zone. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count. This pitch is low for ball number 2. Technically, to start the inning for Green, the first 4 batters, 3 hits and 1 fielder's choice. So 3 hits so far this inning. Blanton struck out just moments ago, and now Riddick Jenkins is faced with a 2-0 count. Runners on first and second. 1 is away. Drew Lancaster getting set to deliver the 2-0 pitch. And it is low and outside for ball number 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Stay tuned. We'll talk about the delay in a few moments as to the reason as to why that transpired, with the umpires trying to find some information out. On 4 consecutive pitches, Riddick Jenkins is walked. He will take his base. Down to first he goes, and that brings up Mason Neal with bases again loaded for Green. Still just 1 out in the inning, and an opportunity for Green to add to what is currently a 2-1 lead. Mason Neal struck out in his first plate appearance. He'll take strike number 1 here. 0-1 the count. Neal on the season batting .341 with 13 RBI. He can add to that total with a hit here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mason Neal quickly turning around and signaling the Bobcat runner on third base not to go because the ball did not get by. That's Case McIntyre over there on third. Hoping to be driven home by Mason Neal. Neal squares up for a bunt, and no play anywhere. Runner will slide home safely. The pitcher thought about going home with it and then thought he wouldn't get the toss there in time, so he half spun around to look over to first base, and the first baseman had come up to get the ball, although the pitcher beat him to the bunt that was laid down perfectly by Gabe Blevins. 3-1 Green Bobcats.
The shortstop, number 3, Gabe Blevins.
And that will bring up Gabe Blevins, who was hit by a pitch in his only other plate appearance just an inning ago. It is 3-1. Green on top after trailing 1-0 early on. Still a lot of baseball to be played today. We are only in the second inning. This pitch will miss for ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Blevins. Bases loaded for Green. 1 out. Pitch swung upon and hit foul out of play over on the grassy knoll beyond the first base side. Strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Gabe Blevins hitting .471. Entering this contest, best batting average on the team. The 2-1 pitch swung upon, and that's going to be a base hit. Another run will score, and another. A 2 RBI knock for Gabe Blevins, and the Green Bobcats have expanded their lead to 4. It is 5-1. What an inning for Green. And we are going to have a timeout taken by Strasburg-Franklin and a meeting on the mound. And while they'll give us a moment, let me backtrack to start the bottom half of this second inning before the first pitch was thrown. There was a big delay as umpires were talking with both coaches, and then the umps actually left the field to go talk with the tournament director. What happened is the wrong lineup card evidently was turned in for Strasburg-Franklin. Now, to my knowledge, the only players affected by that was the pitcher, Drew Lancaster, and Brody Boffman. Lancaster was listed to be the starting pitcher today, and Boffman at shortstop, and evidently it started out just in reverse. Boffman actually started the game pitching, and Lancaster started at second base. So Boffman then got shaken up and got injured somewhere between the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second. He then had to leave the mound, so Drew Lancaster wound up pitching anyway. Maybe they looked into their crystal ball and foresaw that, but the big delay was to figure out the pitch count because I don't think they realized that a change had been made. So, you now know what I know, which isn't a lot, but at least I got it off my chest. So John Knapp had stepped up to the plate, intentionally walked. He will take his base, and that loads him up again for the Green Bobcats, still with just 1 out. And with that, Noah McMacken, who started off this inning for Green, will step back into the batter's box. He got it going with the single earlier. Here is a pop-up, and it's going to get over the head of the second baseman. It's going to get down. The 6th run of the day will score for Green, as well as the 7th. Sliding safely across home plate is Green's Gabe Blevins. Also scoring was Mason Neal, and it is 7-1 Green. McMacken with 2 hits in this inning as Green has batted around. A 2 RBI single for the junior catcher, and that brings up right fielder Uriah Satterfield. Was it the fielder's choice he got earlier in this inning? He got a single. He got a single. Case McIntyre got the fielder's choice. Stats, gotta love them. If you can keep baseball and softball stats, accounting is nothing, right? We need an Excel spreadsheet up here. First pitch was a strike. Now Satterfield's going to take a timeout. 0-1 the count. He'll step out of the batter's box, take a practice swing, and now get back in. Awaiting the pitch from Drew Lancaster, who we told you earlier was going to be the starting pitcher and actually was not the starting pitcher, but now wound up pitching anyway here in the second inning. A second inning that has been dominated by the Green Bobcats. What a bottom half of the second for Green, and it's not over with just yet with 1 out and runners on first and second. His pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. This pitch swung upon and missed. Strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is 7-1 Green, with all 7 runs being scored in this inning. John Knapp on second base. Noah McMacken standing on first. This pitch swung upon and it looks like foul tip. Is that right? No, it's a strikeout. So Satterfield goes down swinging, out number 2, and that will bring up Case McIntyre, who got on earlier this inning as a result of a fielder's choice. Runners on first and second. 2 are away. Here's the pitch. Swung up on a miss, strike 1. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Strasburg-Franklin, a team that is 21-7 entering this contest against a 22-4 Green Bobcats ball club, SOC Division I champs, now for the 3rd straight season, three-peating this year. This pitch swung upon and missed, strike number 2, 0-2 the count. Another beautiful day throughout Southern Ohio, especially here in Athens. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung upon, driven to right field. And, I thought for a moment it was going to be misplayed. But the Strasburg-Franklin right fielder, Peyton Herman, is able to get underneath it and make the catch. It'll be scored as F9, and that will bring the inning to an end. But what an inning it was for the Green Bobcats as they plate 7 here in the bottom of the second and take a 7-1 lead as we move on to the 3rd of this Division 7 regional semifinal in Athens. This is high school baseball on WIOI.
Buffalo Wild Wings every Tuesday for buy one, get one 50% off bone-in wings. Enjoy your go-to wing flavors or try something new like our limited time flavors. Grab another wings lover in your life or enjoy them all yourself. We don't judge. Your new Tuesday ritual is here, and it's saucy. Ow! Head to the sports bar to get your wings on at participating locations. Not valid with other offers or discounts. See website or app for details. Haley Sanders is a senior band member from Green who is in the child care program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Haley, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
It really helps me learn to deal with kids and helps me prepare for the future.
And what are your plans for after high school?
To be a special education teacher.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future.
To the 3rd inning we go at OU in Athens, where the Green Bobcats in the bottom of the 2nd inning absolutely blew this one wide open. Green putting up 7 runs on 6 hits, 2 runners left on base, no errors committed by Strasburg-Franklin. And with all that, the Green Bobcats now find themselves with a 7-1 lead in this Division 7 regional semifinal. The winner returns here to Athens tomorrow to take on South Webster at 3 o'clock in a regional championship game. If Green can win, the Bobcats and the Jeeps will provide us with an all-Scioto County D7 regional final tomorrow afternoon, guaranteeing at least one Scioto County baseball team moving on to the state. And the Valley Indians have an opportunity to do the same in Division 5 tomorrow, as Valley will travel to Marietta to go up against Harrison Central in a regional final there. Good stuff. Of course, on the softball side of things, both Notre Dame and Wheelersburg have already made it to state. They'll play in the Final Four this weekend, with Notre Dame playing a D7 state semifinal tomorrow at 12:30, a contest you'll be able to tune into on 92.1 FM WIOI. Top of the order for Strasburg-Franklin. Leading it off is Drew Lancaster, and he led off the game with a triple. He'll swing away here and not connect. Strike number 1. Drew Lancaster, Brody Boffman, and Caden Dugan to lead off this inning. And boy, were they good in their first plate appearances. A triple by Lancaster, an RBI single by Boffman, and then Dugan got hit by a pitch. This pitch by John Knapp is in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from the Rio Grande bound senior John Knapp. Going to be just inside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. So Drew Lancaster is now pitching. Brody Boffman is at second base. Caden Dugan is at shortstop. The incorrect lineup that was turned in by Strasburg-Franklin had them playing in different positions than the ones just mentioned. Actually, Boffman started out pitching and then has since been moved to second base. So that's where it stands right now. Lancaster is on the mound, Boffman at second, Dugan at shortstop. Everybody else, to our knowledge, is correct. Count is full. Last two pitches missing the mark. 3-2 the count. John Knapp getting ready to get into his windup. The payoff pitch. Check swing, and did he go? The home plate umpire confers with the first base umpire, and he says no, he got back. It will be ball number 4, and Drew Lancaster leads off the third inning by being walked. That will bring up Brody Boffman, who had an RBI single in the first inning, scoring Strasburg-Franklin's lone run to date. He'll bat from the right side of the plate. First pitch is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 to count. Boffman is batting .400 on the season. Drew Lancaster, who drew the walk moments ago, batting .388. Here is a dribbler to third, picked up over to first, and it's going to get by the first baseman, and this could be trouble for Green. Rounding third is Drew Lancaster. He's going to go home, and that will narrow the gap a little bit, making it 7-2. E1 or E5? Going to go with an error on the throw from the third baseman as I confer with the scorer beside of me. And 1 run scores. Lancaster crosses the plate. Boffman safe on second base, and that brings up the shortstop, Caden Dugan, who got on board as a result of being hit by a pitch back in the first inning. We are going to have a pinch runner for Brody Boffman.
And batting for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 3, Caden Dugan.
And Dugan will try to keep things rolling here for Strasburg-Franklin. Might be a little early to have this feeling that I've got, but I almost have the vibe today that no lead is safe. Let's see how that plays out. It's 7-2, Green leading by 5. The pitch from John Knapp, outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery. Low for ball number 2. .23 hits for Dugan on the season, 27 RBI. And this pitch misses the mark. The count is 3 balls, no strikes. Caden Dugan certainly working ahead as he stands in on the right side of the plate, awaiting the 3-0 delivery. It's in there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the new count to the senior shortstop, Caden Dugan. John Knapp, the righty. Kicks and deals. His pitch is in there for a strike. So Knapp battling back after firing 3 consecutive balls. The last 2 pitches have been in there for strikes, and the count is full, 3-2. No outs here in the top of the third. The payoff pitch misses for ball number 4, and that's the second walk of this inning for John Knapp, who had not walked a batter prior to this inning. So with that, runners are safe on first and second. There are still no outs, and that brings up the number 5 hitter for Strasburg-Franklin, junior first baseman, Avery Keffer. Batting .283. In 60 at-bats, he's logged 17 hits and driven in 14 runs. Has 1 home run on the season and has scored 5 runs himself. And now the umpires will confer with Strasburg-Franklin coach Mike Becker. There have been a lot of chats in this game. Only thing I can deduce is that we just witnessed what in football you would call a sideline warning. Here's a shot to right field. A single, bases loaded. No runs are able to score, but ducks on the pond for Strasburg-Franklin after this single by Avery Keffer to right field. That brings up the number 6 hitter, junior catcher Tanner Tucker. He struck out in his first plate appearance, which was back in the first inning. Well, excuse me, that was Brody Hurst with that single moments ago. My apologies. And that brings us to Avery Keffer.
Avery Keffer.
So it's Keffer with bases loaded. First pitch was a ball. Last one swung upon and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to the junior first baseman. Brody Hurst, the junior third baseman, with the single to right field moments ago. This pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The flow of this game has been a little bit disrupted from time to time. It's been somewhat peculiar. This pitch swung upon and missed. Strike number 3 for John Knapp. That is the 4th K of the day, and that is the first out of the top half of the 3rd inning. 7-2. Green on top by 5, and that brings up the number 6 hitter. Here's catcher Tanner Tucker. He'll bat from the right side of the plate. He struck out in his first plate appearance. This pitch swung upon a miss for strike number 1. Tucker is hitting .267 entering this contest with 16 hits on the year, 13 RBI, and 11 runs scored. The 0-1 pitch, a chopper to second. And, whoa, what's the first baseman doing? Oh! Runner will score. What a miscue there. The second baseman fielded the slow dribbler, looked over to throw it over to the first baseman, whom he anticipated to be covering the bag, and the first baseman was about 4 feet away from him. So no play. Everybody safe. Run scores. It's 7-3. Runners on first, second, and third with Zayden Barr, the left fielder, at the plate. Strike 1. Well, you score that last one. A hit. Count remains 0-1. No pitch thrown moments ago. 7-3. Strasburg-Franklin is slowly getting back into this game. This pitch is going to be fouled back out of play for strike number 2. 0-2 now the count to senior left fielder Zayden Barr. He enters this game hitting .264. 14 hits on the year, 5 RBI. Still just 1 away. An opportunity for Strasburg-Franklin to narrow the gap even more. Little cat and mouse game it looks like between the pitcher and the batter. And this pitch, did it hit him? It did. Green fans thinks that it hit the bat first. The umpire says hit by a pitch. And Zayden Barr's going down to first base. A run will score. Barr's wanting to go down to first base. The runner on third's not wanting to cross the plate. And Coach Mike Becker, who is the head coach of the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers and coaching third base, tells the young man on third, cross the plate, son. And he does. Caden Dugan scored here, and that should make it 7-4. Boy, the Green Bobcats faithful here who have made the trip to Bob Wren Stadium at Ohio University, not in agreement at all that that actually hit the batter. They thought it hit the bat first. David Shoup comes out to get confirmation and walks back to the dugout shaking his head. So that'll bring up Brock Johnson. 7-4 the score. This has been a 3-run third inning for Strasburg-Franklin after Green put up 7 in the second. As I said earlier, is any lead safe here today? Strike one. If things continue at this pace, forget packing a lunch. We better have breakfast ready when we leave here tonight. 0-1 the count to Johnson, the DH. He flew out to first base in foul territory in his first plate appearance. Ball one delivered here. That evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Still just one out. This pitch. Here's a throw down to first. Oh, boy. That could have been Harry Canary as the catcher for Green. It looked like as he was making his throw down to third, got somewhat tangled up with the batter, Brock Johnson, and thankfully that was not an errant throw. It bounced, but was able to be fielded by Green's third baseman. The catcher is Noah McMacken. The third baseman is Case McIntyre. Thankfully, that didn't turn out to be a bad situation. 1-2 is the count, and going down swinging is Brock Johnson. He will strike out, 5th strikeout of the game for Green pitcher John Knapp, and 2 are away. That brings up the number 9 hitter. This is the right fielder, sophomore Peyton Herman. He struck out in his first plate appearance, which was an inning ago. He's the 9th different batter for Strasburg-Franklin in this inning. Green batted around in the bottom half of the second, and Strasburg-Franklin trying to do the same here in the top of the third. This pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. This pitch catches the outside corner. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Peyton Herman in what has been a wild and wacky last inning. 7 runs for Green in the bottom of the second. Plenty of drama there. And plenty more here in the top half of the third with Strasburg-Franklin thus far putting up 3 after Green had taken the lead and widened it to 7-1. It looked like the Bobcats were sitting pretty to set up an all-Scioto County Regional Final tomorrow, facing off against the South Webster Jeeps right back here at this field at 3 o'clock. But Strasburg-Franklin not allowing Green to breathe easy as the Tigers have fought back to get into this game. 0-2 is the count to Herman, awaiting the pitch from Knapp. It is going to catch the outside corner. Strike number 3, ring him up. Back-to-back Ks for Knapp to bring this inning to an end. He's got 6 in the game, and with that, the top half of the third comes and goes, but not before Strasburg-Franklin plates 3. 7-4 the score. Green in the lead and coming to the plate in the bottom of the third. This is High School Regional Tournament Baseball from Athens on 92.1 FM WIOI.
Ships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
7-4, the Green Bobcats lead Strasburg-Franklin, with Green coming to the plate in the bottom of the third inning. Due up for Green will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That's Brennan Renison, Connor Blanton, and Riddick Jenkins. During some of the conversation we had in that wild, wacky top half of the third, I mentioned that Strasburg-Franklin received what I compared to with football as a sideline warning. Well, what actually happened is the first base coach was restricted to the dugout. I believe another coach came out to coach first base in his place, but the one who was there didn't get ejected. The phrase was restricted to the dugout. And then the head coach over on third during that came over to the dugout and basically told his troops to chill out a little bit. So, leading off this inning will be Brennan Renison. This game has had a whole lot of weird A bunch of it. From the wrong lineup card being turned in by Strasburg-Franklin to a quick pitching change after the first inning due to Brody Boffman being shaken up to the point where he can't pitch, but he's still in the game playing second base. Drew Lancaster was listed to be the starting pitcher today, and he didn't. He didn't start, but he's out there now, so I guess it all worked out. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Renison singled in his only other plate appearance. This pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Renison as Drew Lancaster continues to work on the mound for Strasburg-Franklin after checking in place of Brody Boffman. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A chopper back to the pitcher, fielded nicely by Lancaster, over to first base. A high throw, but it does find the target. Reaching out was Avery Keffer to make that snag, and 1 is away. It goes as a 1-3 put out, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Connor Blanton, who struck out back in the second inning. I say back in the second inning as if that was so long ago. This is the third inning, but it seems like it's been forever since Green has batted.
Did he beat that out?
Are they going to say safe? Evidently safe at first. I thought it was a 1-3 put out. Wow. Oh. Quick snap down to first. What more awkwardness are we going to see? For those of you listening on the radio, I hope I'm doing an accurate job describing what's transpiring here. Believe you me, I'm doing my best, but I've seen some things that are a little wonky. For those of you watching on the video stream, I'm glad you're seeing it. Seeing is believing, isn't it? Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swung upon, driven to center field. It's a shallow one. And going over to make that catch is the second baseman. He caught it to the third base side of the bag. A good hustle, I should say, by the second baseman, Brody Boffman. And that is out number 1. That'll go as an F4. Still trying to figure out exactly. Catcher's interference is the reason the runner is safe on first. And that's one you see every day.
Right.
Yeah. Reach in the hat and pick out a call. Catcher's interference. Sure. Strike 1. This pitch will be fouled back. Riddick Jenkins, the leadoff, back to the top of the order for the Green Bobcats. The sophomore second baseman quickly behind in the count, 0-2 with the runner standing down there on first base. That's Brennan Renison. He's grounded out to short and walked today. He'll foul this pitch out of play. Boy, that one had some zip on it. Thankfully, or at least I hope there were no fans around. Went out of sight. I'm sure if it would have hit somebody, we'd have been hearing the oohs and ahs right now. I'm going to take that as we're all good. Count stays at 0-2. Check swing here. Did he go? He sure did. According to the first base umpire, he did. The home plate umpire conferred with him, and he said he went around. Strike number 3.
The center fielder, number 12, Mason Neal.
2 are away. And that brings up Mason Neal, the senior center fielder. 1 for 2 today. Struck out in the first. Singled in the second. With Brennan Renison at first. And the Green Bobcats leading 7-4. Mason Neal will try to start a 2-out rally. He'll swing away here for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Drew Lancaster on the mound, a right-handed hurler. His delivery. A little outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Drew Lancaster on the season enters this game with a record of 7-2 and a 2.38 earned run average. Here's another ball fouled out of play beyond the first base side. That'll be strike number 2, making the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. This has been an entertaining hour of baseball with this game getting underway at 6 o'clock. We've played 60 minutes. Here's a shot to right field, and it is going to be caught out there for out number 3. Peyton Herman makes the catch.
No runs, no hits, no errors. One person left on base. We're headed to the fourth.
No runs for the Green Bobcats as the score stays 7-4 as we move to the top half of the 4th. This is Regional Tournament Baseball from Ohio University in Athens on 92.1 FM WIOI.
Trophy winner Archie Griffin. Together, Motorist Insurance Group and Brick Street Insurance are now Encova Insurance. Much like in athletics, Encova relies on teamwork, accountability, and dedication to execute a successful game plan. Visit Encova.com for more information.
Contact Dan Cassidy at the Brent Murphy Insurance Agency, 1031 Gallier Street, Portsmouth, Ohio, 353-3121, serving Southern Ohio since 1922.
Visit Encova.com for more information.
Josie and Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck.
7-4, the Green Bobcats baseball team leads Strasburg-Franklin in this Division 7 regional semifinal game, coming to you live from Ohio University on the campus, I should say Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University. How about that? Been a long day already. Been a long game. We go to the top half of the 4th inning, due up for Strasburg-Franklin. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Drew Lancaster, Brody Boffman, and Caden Dugan, they've all been very solid in this game. That trio has managed to get on board twice each. All plate appearances have resulted in them getting on board, and that trend's going to continue for Drew Lancaster as he was just hit by a pitch. The first delivery sent in this 4th inning by John Knapp just grazes him, and with that, Drew Lancaster will go down to first. So Lancaster so far today, he had a triple to lead off the game. He was walked in the 3rd inning and then hit by a pitch here in the 4th. Brody Boffman had a single, an RBI single in the 1st inning, got on board as a result of an error in the 3rd inning, and Caden Dugan was hit by a pitch in the 1st and walked in the 3rd inning. So now we have another player batting that is not Brody Boffman. Here's a chopper to short, over to first. Not in time, beat it out. Runner safe on first and second. Single to short unless I'm told otherwise. And that was Kaiser Thomas, a junior. Kaiser Thomas with that single. So it was Kaiser Thomas batting in the number 2 spot in place of Brody Boffman. Here's Caden Dugan. Dugan hit by a pitch and walk so far in the game. Trying to keep his streak of getting on board intact. Here's a pop-up. Way up in the air, and it's going to hit. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded. I mean, that ball, I think, went into orbit before falling back down to the earth. Hit, Miss Scorekeeper. Hit, air, E1. Wow. What a peculiar game. That's why you play him, right? And while the play at times today on both sides has not looked at major league level, we shall say. Bear in mind, these are two really good baseball teams competing in the Sweet 16. Green is 22-4, Strasburg-Franklin 21-7. 43 victories between these two to only 8 losses. But on some days, you just never know. That's the reason you play them. Bases loaded. And oh, by the way, the go-ahead run now stands at home plate here in the top half of the 4th inning as junior third baseman Brody Hurst digs in. He's 1 for 2 today. He flew out to left field, singled to right. He's going to blast one to left field. It's not going to get out of the yard, and it's going to be misplayed out there in left field. 1 run will score, making it 7-5. Here comes another. That's going to score and make it 7-6. And the Green Bobcat lead, which was at one time 7-1, has been cut down to just 1 run as it is 7-6. The Bobcats holding on. I'm glad the official scorer is sitting beside of me. I'm not taking anything for granted now. Hit or E7? Hit. She says hit. That brings up Avery Kepper. He's going to square up for a bunt. He makes contact with the ball, but it flies back toward the backstop. That'll be strike number 1. Runners on first and second. There are no outs yet, by the way. What a wild game. Didn't I say no lead is safe? Toss to second. In time, the runner's back.
I texted Mom, I'm like, this game has been nuts. And
John Knapp trying to catch the runner there on second, sleeping. That was a good job by the Green shortstop Gabe Blevins slipping in from behind, but the runner was back, safe. Here's another bunt attempt. This one's going to wind up foul down the third base line. So with that, Avery Kepper is quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Runners on first and second, no outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. High school games go 7 unless tied, forcing extra innings. I said it.
Did you say extra innings?
I said it. Yep. It's in the atmosphere now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Bounced across the plate. Ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. I think I've kind of gotten a reputation for extra inning games when I come to Athens because I saw the Wheelersburg softball team win in epic fashion in 9 on Saturday morning in a regional final. Valley and Minford last night baseball extra innings. Here's a ring up. Strikeout. 7th K of the day for John Knapp. And that elusive first out of this inning has finally transpired for Green. That brings up the number 6 hitter, junior Tanner Tucker, the catcher. 1 for 2 today. He struck out in the first inning and singled to right field back in the 3rd. Runners on first and second with now 1 away. 7-6 is the score. Green clinging to a 1-run lead. Going for a steal at 3rd. Got him. And then a throw from 3rd to 2nd. It's going to wind up out in the outfield. The runner on second started to go to 3rd and then decided to return, as that was a good job by the right fielder from Green. He pretty well saved that runner from Strasburg-Franklin for getting over to 3rd. That's right fielder Uriah Satterfield backing up as second baseman. Good job on Satterfield's part. Good throw from the Green catcher, Noah McMacken, down to 3rd base to get the runner trying to steal. Double steal attempt. It worked for the runner on second, not for the one going for 3. That's the second out. Here is strike number 2. 0-2 the count to Tanner Tucker. Big gun down there by McMacken, the junior catcher. And a good job by 3rd baseman Case McIntyre, catching that and getting the glove down. Nearly disaster on the throw over to second, but it all worked out for the Green Bobcats as best it could. And here's a swing and a miss. That'll be strike number 3, and John Knapp finishes off this inning with back-to-back strikeouts. He's up to 8 now in the game, but what a wild game this is. Don't go anywhere. We might see 20 more runs put up here before this one is through. It could be 5 for Green coming up, followed by 15 by Strasburg-Franklin, followed by 20 by Green. I mean, it's that type of night here in this second Division VII regional semifinal, coming to you live from Ohio University in Athens. Green up 7-6 over Strasburg-Franklin, with the Bobcats coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're back in 60 seconds on 92.1 FM WYOI.
Putting on a new roof, replacing that old broken concrete driveway. Then you need to call the professionals at Correll's Bulldog Containers. They have many sizes of containers to choose from. Whatever your next cleanup or project around your property, call Correll's Bulldog Containers. Open 6 days a week. Phone 574-4455. That's 574-4455. Locally owned and operated. Correll's Bulldog Containers.
Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the area's leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
7-6, the Green Bobcats have a one-run lead over the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers in this Division 7 regional semifinal baseball game taking place at Ohio University in Athens at Bob Wren Stadium. I'm Chuck Greenslade. Hope you're enjoying this one. It is certainly a game that has provided plenty of intrigue and entertainment. Up for Green to begin the bottom of the fourth. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Gabe Blevins is going to lead it off. The shortstop, he will take strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Here is the delivery from Drew Lancaster, the pitcher for Strasburg-Franklin. This one misses the mark for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. John Knapp is on deck with Noah McMacken in the hole. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swung upon, fouled back against the screen. Strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Gabe Blevins has gotten on board in each of his 2 previous plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the first and singled to right field in the second. He'd love to keep that streak intact, but now he is behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the delivery from Lancaster. It is a blast to second base. It's going to get past him. And on is Gabe Blevins. E4 it will be scored. An error on Strasburg-Franklin. Not only has there been a lot of quirky things happen in this game, but so many plays like the one that you just witnessed, you have to stop and think, was it a hit? Was it an error? That's happened several times throughout the course of this game, more than usual, I would say. John Knapp is at the plate. He was intentionally walked the last time he was up. He flew out to left field the time before that, and here is a steal that is successful as Gabe Blevins will swipe second. Oh, 1 is the count to John Knapp, as that was a strike moments ago. Knapp was squaring up to bunt. Now he'll show that again. Batting from the right side of the plate. John Knapp, a good hitter. He is going to put a bunt down. Fielded by the first baseman. Over to third, and now caught in a rundown is Blevins. And finally, he will be tagged. John Knapp safe at first, but Blevins is tagged out. And that will bring up Noah McMacken with 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth with Green up 7-6. McMacken, easy for me to say, is the number 5 hitter. He is 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles, 1 to left field and 1 to right center. Pitch by McMacken down to first, and John Knapp just did get back in time. Nice idea there by the Strasburg-Franklin catcher, Tanner Tucker. That pitch was out of the zone for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bounced across the plate for ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes to junior Noah McMacken. McMacken is batting .282 entering this game. He had 20 hits entering today, but that counts up to 22 with the 2 hits he's had this evening. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. A knock to left field. It'll get down for a base hit, and Green has runners on first and second. 3rd hit of the day for Noah McMacken in 3 plate appearances. 3 for 3 so far as the junior. What a great game he's had. This will bring up Uriah Satterfield. Meanwhile, we've got a pinch runner checking in for the Green catcher. Or no, it's actually going to be the Green pitcher, John Knapp, who was at first. He goes down to second after that hit moments ago by McMacken, and now Knapp will exit the game, as checking in to run for him will be Luke Kimbler, a freshman.
The right fielder, number 27, Uriah Satterfield.
So here comes Uriah Satterfield. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled to right center field back in the second inning, struck out also in the second inning. He had 2 at-bats in that inning. His only 2 of the game so far. Here's the pitch, swung upon and missed, strike 1. 1 is away. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, the Green Bobcats lead Strasburg-Franklin 7-6 in this Sweet 16 matchup. Regional final tomorrow. South Webster awaits the winner. The pitch swung upon, driven high to center field, way high, and the center fielder is going to catch it. F8, it will be scored. Out number 2. Runners unable to tag. They will remain on first and second base, respectively. And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter, sophomore third baseman, Case McIntyre, who is 0 for 2 today. He hit into a fielder's choice in his first plate appearance in the second inning. He wound up getting on board as the lead runner was caught up in a rundown. And then later in the second inning, he flew out to right field. So with 2 on board, Green up by a run, 7-6 in the bottom of the 4th. McIntyre will try to kick off a 2-out rally and add some insurance to his team's 1-run lead. First pitch, missing for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Lancaster. Hit foul toward the first base dugout. Strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung upon, a chopper foul down the third base line. Strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Brennan Renison, the senior first baseman, is on deck for Coach David Shoup's Green Bobcats if Green would get to him. 2 our way here in the bottom of the 4th. 7-6 to score, Green up by a run. And this pitch is fouled back off of the media box area, and then the ricochet goes down and has the ball hitting harmlessly on the concrete with fans all around, but thankfully nobody hit on the noggin. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Lancaster, swung upon and missed, strike number 3, and that will do it for this inning. Score stays at 7-6. The Green Bobcats still in the lead as we go to the top half of the 5th in an extremely entertaining and competitive Division VII regional semifinal from Athens. This is high school baseball on WIOI.
Second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical.
Hi, I'm Jay Hash with Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
We go to the top half of the 5th inning at Ohio University in Athens, where the Green Bobcats lead the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers 7-6 in this Division VII regional semifinal game. Due up for Strasburg-Franklin in the top half of the 5th will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That's Zayden Barr, Brock Johnson, and Peyton Herman. Zayden Barr, the left fielder, a senior, will get things led off. He is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to short in the second inning and then was hit by a pitch in the third inning.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning, the left fielder, number 12, Zayden Barr.
Zayden Barr on the season, batting .264 with 14 hits in 53 at-bats, 8 runs scored, 5 RBI, no extra base hits. Everything has been a single that has come off of his bat. Every hit, that is. So Barr will dig in from the right side as John Knapp continues to work for the Green Bobcats. Knapp's delivery to get the inning started. A chopper foul down the third base side. That'll be strike number 1 for Green so far. 7 runs off of 7 hits, 2 errors. For the Tigers of Strasburg-Franklin, 6 runs off of 6 hits, 1 error. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from John Knapp. It'll just miss the zone for ball number 1. Green fans thinking it was a pretty pitch. Blue not agreeing. 1-1 the count. The delivery. Outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Zayden Barr. Senior on senior. The 2-1 pitch from John Knapp swung upon and fouled out of play beyond the first base side. That evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The umpire is going to step out from behind home plate. Looked like he gave the batter a timeout there, reiterating to everyone that the count is 2-2. And here comes the pitch from John Knapp. It is in there for strike number 3. Strikeout number 9 for Green Bobcat ace John Knapp. He has struck out the last 3 batters he has faced going back to the last inning. 1 is away here in the 5th. And that will bring up the number 8 hitter. Batting in place of Brock Johnson is Lucas Gopp. He has been playing in the field in center field, and Johnson has been DHing for him, so Gopp will now bat. He will take ball 1. His first plate appearance of the game. Gopp is a sophomore. The pitch, hit him. That pitch was so inside that it actually clipped the right thigh of Gopp. So he will take his base. And the runner is on board. That's the game-tying run.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 17.
That's probably going to leave a mark. So Gopp is on board with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter. This is right fielder Peyton Herman. He's going to square up the bunt. Had a lot of height on it. John Knapp comes over to get it, throws over to first. An opportunity for 2. Very close play, but the runner is safe at second. Knapp was able to field the ball after coming off the mound, threw over to first to get the 1-3 put out, and then the Green Bobcat first baseman having the wherewithal, Brennan Renison, to toss down to second base, but not in time. So 2 are away. To the top of the order goes Strasburg-Franklin, and that will bring up Drew Lancaster, who's gotten on board in all 3 plate appearances. A triple, he was walked, and he was hit by a pitch. Lancaster looking to get on base for what would be the 4th time today in 4 appearances at the plate. He'll take ball 1. We are in the top of the 5th inning of this Division VII regional semifinal with Green leading Strasburg-Franklin 7-6. Sweet 16 baseball here at OU in Athens. This pitch low. Nice job by the Green Bobcat catcher, Noah McMacken, to prevent the ball from going by. Ball number 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count to Lancaster. This pitch swung upon and hit to right center field. It's down for a base hit. Game-tying run rounding third, going home, and we are all even at 7. Close play at second, and they get him. That's going to be the 3rd out but the run will count. And we are deadlocked at 7. So let's recap how that all went down. A single by Drew Lancaster.
Heading to the bottom of the 5th, we are tied at 7.
And that was the hit that managed to score the runner to tie the game, but then Lancaster, getting a little greedy, wound up rounding first. He went for second to try to make it a two-bagger. The right fielder for Green, Uriah Satterfield, was able to get the toss in to second baseman Riddick Jenkins, who was able to get Lancaster for the third out. But damage done by Strasburg-Franklin. Tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Green 7, Strasburg 7. This is High School Regional Tournament Baseball on WIOI.
Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little's Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little's Septic Service. Mako Finish Products, located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finish Products wishes the best to all local teams.
The Green Bobcats and Strasburg-Franklin are all even at 7, with Green coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning of this Division 7 regional semifinal from Athens. For Strasburg-Franklin in the top half of this inning, 1 run off of 1 hit, no runners left stranded, no errors committed by Green. The 8, 9, and number 1 hitters up for the Green Bobcats to begin this inning. Brennan Renison, the senior first baseman, will lead it off, and he will take strike number 1 as Drew Lancaster continues to work on the mound for Strasburg-Franklin. Didn't get the start, but he came in shortly after the game got underway. Here's a chopper to third, fielded, over to first. Throw off target, and the runner is safe. E5 on the throw. And Green has Brennan Renison on board at first base as Connor Blanton, the number 9 hitter, the senior left fielder, will step into the batter's box. That's the 3rd time in this game that Brennan Renison has gotten on board. He had a single to left field back in the 2nd inning. He got on as a result of catcher's interference in the 3rd, and now he's on board as a result of an error. Here's a throw down to first. That's going to be close. Got him. Really nice play by the Strasburg-Franklin catcher. You got to give it to him. Brandon Renison was leading off a little bit too far. The catcher for Strasburg-Franklin, Tanner Tucker, took the pitch from Lancaster. He zipped a pass down to first baseman Avery Keffer, who was able to apply the tag before Renison could get back safely. It goes as a 2-3 put out on the gun down. So that clears the base paths. The pitch on the throw down to first was a ball, now swung upon and missed. Connor Blanton, strike 1, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch will be fouled back. Strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. It hit the bat of Blanton and then bounced past the catcher and umpire back to the backstop. Not fouled back over their heads in a traditional sense. 1-2 the count to the number 9 hitter for the Green Bobcats, the senior left fielder. This pitch is low for a ball. That evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 is away here in the bottom of the 5th. Green had a base runner but got picked off. Riddick Jenkins is in the on-deck circle. This pitch is in there for a strike. Connor Blanton is rung up for the 2nd time today. And 2 are gone. To the top of the order go the Bobcats, and that brings up sophomore second baseman Riddick Jenkins. He is 0 for 2 today, grounded out to short in the 1st inning, walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd. Here is a chopper to third off of 1 bounce. Third baseman fields it over to first base. An errant throw in the 2nd error on the Strasburg-Franklin third baseman in this inning. That'll go as another E5, and Green has another runner safe on first in the same manner in which the earlier one got down there. So that'll bring up Mason Neal. Mason Neal batting from the right side of the plate. He's a senior center fielder. 1 for 3 today. A single, a strikeout, and a fly out to right field. Toss from the pitcher, Drew Lancaster, over to first. Not in time. Runner is back safely. Neal awaiting the pitch. Swung upon. Hit. Foul right side. It's going to wind up out of play over on the knoll. The grassy knoll. Not just any knoll. The grassy knoll. It's a nice little area over there beyond the first base right field fence. A lot of fans use that area to sit, mingle, bring their lawn chairs. I like that. Elevated where you can see over the fence. Here's a shot. It's going to wind up falling foul. Nobody from Strasburg-Franklin close enough to make a play on it. But Mason Neal is making contact. He's behind in the count 0-2, but he's getting the bat on it if he can just straighten it out. Looking for his second hit of the evening. Mason Neal entering the contest, batting .341. He awaits the 0-2 delivery. Runner going. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That does it. Out number 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. We move on to the 6th inning. Deadlocked at 7. Green and Strasburg-Franklin for the right to go to the Elite 8. This is Regional Tournament Baseball on WIOI.
Minford Telephone and TV. The local choice. The best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV. The local choice. The best choice.
Portsmouth, you can count on Buffalo Wild Wings every Tuesday for buy one, get one 50% off bone-in wings. Enjoy your go-to wing flavors or try something new like our limited time flavors. Grab another wings lover in your life or enjoy them all yourself. We don't judge. Your new Tuesday ritual is here and it's saucy. Ow! Head to the sports bar to get your wings on at participating locations. Not valid with other offers or discounts. See website or app for details.
Green and Strasburg-Franklin dead even at 7 as we move on to the 6th inning from Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens. This is a Division VII regional semifinal game. For Green in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left stranded, 2 errors committed by Strasburg-Franklin. Due up for the Tigers here in the top half of the 6th, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Brody Boffman did not bat the last time the number 2 hitter came up. Instead, he gave way to Kaiser Thomas, who logged a hit. But Brody Boffman is going to return to the Tiger lineup here to lead off the 6th inning. Boffman 1 for 1 today with an RBI single back in the 1st inning, and he got on board as a result of an error in the 3rd. 2 quick balls delivered from John Knapp, making the count 2-0. Boffman, Caden Dugan, and Brody Hurst are due up. His pitch is inside for ball number 3. Making the count, 3 balls, no strikes. John Knapp has pitched the distance for Green. This pitch is in there for a called strike. 3-1 the count. So far for the Tigers, 7 runs off of 7 hits, 3 errors. For Green, 7 runs off of 7 hits, 2 errors. This pitch in there for strike number 2. Count is full. The next strikeout will be double-digit Ks for senior John Knapp, bound for Rio Grande. He's got 9 of them, looking for the 10th. The payoff pitch blasted to left center field over the head of the shortstop, and it'll be down for a base hit. So Brody Boffman, with his 2nd hit of the game, is on board safely at first. And Strasburg-Franklin has really gotten productivity from the new number 2 spot. 2 hits by Boffman batting in that part of the lineup, and then the one time Kaiser Thomas batted in Boffman's place, he wound up with a hit as well. So 3 hits from whomever was hitting in the number 2 slot. That brings up the number 3 hitter, shortstop Caden Dugan. He'll foul this first pitch back for strike 1. Dugan has gotten on board all 3 times he has had a plate appearance, but doesn't have a hit yet. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. was walked in the third and got on board as a result of an error in the fourth. Here's a chopper. Going to get past the diving Green shortstop. The ball will roll out into center field. A base hit. Runner safe on first and second for Strasburg-Franklin. Back-to-back singles for the Tigers here to begin the sixth inning. Nice try by the Bobcat shortstop senior Gabe Blevins. He gave it his all trying to get to the ball, just couldn't quite reach it. And that will bring up Brody Hurst, the third baseman and number 4 hitter. He's a junior. He's got 2 singles today. One to right field, one to left field. He also flew out to left field. He'll swing away here. Nice cut, but does not connect. Strike number 1. Hurst on the season batting .387. 36 hits, 31 RBI. The 0-1 pitch from Knapp. It's in there for a strike. That evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The winner of this game between Green and Strasburg-Franklin return to Athens in less than 24 hours to play a regional final against the South Webster Jeeps, who were winners over Newark Catholic 4-2 earlier today. Newark Catholic jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first inning of that game, and then South Webster would rally for the win. This pitch. In there for a strike. A double steal there. No throw. Runners now on second and third. No outs here in the fifth. Here is a drive to left field. That could be trouble, and it's going to hit fair, roll into the corner. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Strasburg-Franklin taking a 2-run lead, and this is going to be a triple, a bases-clearing triple for Brody Hurst as Strasburg-Franklin moves ahead 9-7. A blast into the left field corner. 2 RBI for Hurst. And with that, the Tigers have surged back ahead. That brings up first baseman Avery Keffer. 0 for 3 today, having struck out 3 times. Still no outs in the top half of the 6th inning for Strasburg-Franklin. Keffer batting from the left side of the plate. He will take ball 1. Keffer on the season batting .283. This pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Keffer has driven in 14 runs on the year entering today's game. A hit here, and RBI number 15 should be logged. Oh, the ball gets past McMacken, the catcher, and rolls toward the first base dugout. McMacken is able to retrieve it, and John Knapp did a good job covering home plate. Runner on third decided not to go. Brody Hurst staying put. Count is 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball number 4. So Avery Keffer, the number 5 hitter, walked on 4 consecutive pitches. He will go down to first base. And with that, Strasburg-Franklin has runners on the corners, up 9-7 with no outs here in the 6th inning. That brings up the number 6 hitter, Tanner Tucker, the catcher, who is 1 for 3 today. He has struck out twice and singled to right center back in the 3rd inning, and we are going to have a chat on the mound. Coach David Shoup in the center of the mound along with all of his infielders. The outfielders for Green staying put out there, trying to settle the troops and break the momentum here a little bit perhaps. Tanner Tucker with an opportunity to add to Strasburg-Franklin's 2-run lead. Strasburg scored 1 run in the first, 3 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, a run in the fifth, and thus far 2 here in the 6th, whereas all 7 of Green's runs were put up in the 2nd inning. It was 1-0 Strasburg-Franklin until Green erupted for 7 innings in the bottom of the 2nd to take a 7-1 lead. But from that point forward, 8 unanswered scores for Strasburg-Franklin, as the Tigers have a 2-run lead. 9-7 again is where we stand at the moment in this Division 7 regional semifinal, coming to you live tonight from Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens. And we have a pitching change, it appears, as Gabe Blevins is going to go to the mound, replacing John Knapp. So Blevins goes to the mound. He'll get a few practice pitches to try to get his Bobcats out of this jam and extend the season.
14 was at first, 35 is first now.
Knapp is going to go from the pitcher's mound over to first. That's what we do know at the moment. Gabe Blevins was at short, so we'll see who goes over there here in a few moments. Thanks again to everybody making this broadcast of Regional Tournament Baseball from Athens possible. The Sherman Cricker Insurance Agency, Collier Home Medical Services, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Clark's Pump and Shop, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Mako Finished Products, Barrett Mervyn Insurance, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings. Also special thanks to Hope Source, the Glockner family of dealerships, Menford Telephone, Menford TV, and Falcon One Internet, Harris Floor Covering, Little Septic Service, the Real Estate Gallery, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, and the Parsley family-owned McDonald's restaurants. Runners on first and second for Strasburg-Franklin. No outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. An inning that has seen the Tigers already put up 2 runs, and they'd like to add a few more. So Tanner Tucker gets set for his at-bat, or at least his plate appearance. If it's a walk or on board as a result of an error, even a sack doesn't count as an at-bat. This pitch low, ball 1. Again, a nice job by Green catcher Noah McMacken, preventing that ball from getting by. A lot of jostling with the Green lineup. We'll try to get that set for you here as we go. Toss over to first. Back in time. Blevins now on the mound, replacing John Knapp, who has moved from pitcher to first base. Knapp giving up 9 runs off of 10 hits in the game. This pitch misses for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Blevins looking over to the runner on first base. Now the 2-0 delivery, swung upon, fouled back. Just over top of the screen, off the building behind the backstop. Press area, media area. Looks like a little bit of a luxury suite action over there. Yeah, all right. 2-1 the count. This pitch in there for a strike. Gabe Blevins battling back after a couple of balls delivered to Tanner Tucker. The last 2 pitches have been in there for strikes. A foul and then a called strike moments ago. That evens up the count 2-2. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch swung upon and a chopper foul down the third base side. So the count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Tucker. Looking for his second hit of the game. Tucker batting .267 with 13 RBI. The 2-2 pitch. Low for ball number 3. Runner going to run down to first without a throw. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Zayden Barr, the left fielder, is on deck. He's a senior, the number 7 hitter. But now it's Tanner Tucker, a junior, trying to widen the lead that Strasburg-Franklin currently enjoys. 9-7 is the score after Green had led 7-1. 8 unanswered for the Tigers. The pitch, payoff, swung upon and missed, strike number 3. Well, a very solid battle there by Gabe Blevins. First batter faced as Blevins comes in to pitch in place of John Knapp. The way it started out, it didn't look like Blevins would wind up logging a strikeout, but he fought back and gets the K, his first. Tenth strikeout of the day for the Green pitching staff, 9 by Knapp. So the next batter is Aiden Barr. He squared up the bunt, bunts it foul down the first base side, strike one. In at shortstop for Green is Riddick Jenkins, and this pitch hits the batter. Hit by a pitch, and that will load the bases up. So Green in serious trouble here in the sixth inning, trailing 9-7, bases loaded, one out. And this is going to be Lucas Gopp coming to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. It was John Knapp who got him. This pitch by Blevins, way inside and low, ball number one. Well, don't go away with Green being the home team on the scoreboard. The Bobcats are guaranteed 2 more at-bats, bottom of the sixth and bottom of the seventh. We have seen Green put up 7 runs in 1 inning. So crazier things have happened. But this current situation certainly looking bleak for the young men from Franklin Furnace. This pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Gopp awaits the 1-1 pitch, and it is just going to miss outside for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Winner returns tomorrow to play South Webster for a 3 o'clock first pitch right here at Bob Wren Stadium. We'll have it for you on 92.1 FM WI, and it will be video streamed on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. Here's a swing and a miss for strike number 2, evening the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and then Green Bobcat catcher Noah McMacken tosses down to third base. Case McIntyre there. Runner is back in time. A 2-2 count. Lucas Gopp batting from the left side of the plate. Awaiting the pitch from right-handed Gabe Blevins. Swung upon, and this one's going to be fouled out of play over top of the third base dugout. Count stays 2-2. Infield up. As Blevins delivers the 2-2 pitch, swung upon and missed. Strike number 3. Second strikeout for new pitcher Gabe Blevins. Of the 3 batters he's faced, 2 are away. A big, big pitch there by Gabe Blevins, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter. This is Peyton Herman, the right fielder, who is 0 for 3. Actually, check that. Batting in place of Peyton Herman is going to be Tressel Miller. He's a senior. So he will come on to pinch hit in place of Peyton Herman, who, as I mentioned, was 0 for 3 today. So bring on Miller here in the number 9 hole. He's batting .300 on the season. Not a lot of opportunities. 33 plate appearances, 30 at-bats. He's logged 9 hits. He's driven in 6 runs. A hit here will give him 7, possibly 8. Bases loaded, 2 outs. This pitch. High and inside, ball 1. I've never heard Tressel as a first name. Wonder if his parents were big Jim Tressel fans. One ball, no strikes to count. The pitch. Swung up on and missed. Strike number 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike now to Tressel Miller. Shadows now being cast over the infield here at Bob Wren Stadium as the sun slowly starts its descent here in Athens. The pitch. It is low and inside, ball number 2, and another nice job by Green catcher Noah McMacken to prevent a pass ball there. Had that got by him and rolled to the backstop, another run would have certainly scored. Already, Strasburg-Franklin has done enough damage this inning to Green. I'm sure if you would ask the Bobcat faithful. 9-7 is the score. 2 runs put up so far for Strasburg-Franklin. And Green is hoping that'll be all. Here is a pitch fouled into the stands over along the first base side. that will be strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tressel Miller, batting in place of Peyton Herman in the number 9 hole. Green is certainly hoping to dispose of Miller and get out of this inning before getting to the top of the order where Drew Lancaster awaits. He's gotten on board 4 times in 4 plate appearances in this contest. I don't think the Bobcats want to deal with him if they don't have to. Not until the next inning. This pitch is low and outside. Ball number 3. Count is full. Another nice job by McMacken getting in front of that pitch from Gabe Blevins. So Gabe Blevins getting set to deliver the payoff pitch with bases loaded and 2 away here in the top half of the 6th inning with Green on the trailing end of a 9-7 score. The kick, the deal, swung upon, fouled back, and we'll do it again. Re-rack them, and let's try it all over again with the count staying at 3-2. A 2-run deficit with 2 at-bats remaining, certainly not insurmountable for Green, but the Bobcats don't want the hole to get any deeper. Green has the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the bottom half of this inning. Here is a shot high up in the air. It's going to get out of play over along the left field fence. And this pinch hitter batting in the number 9 spot, Tressel Miller, certainly hanging tough against Gabe Blevins, who has come on in relief of John Knapp here in the 6th inning. This is senior versus senior, as Tressel Miller is a 12th grader. These seniors always put forth a little extra, it appears, in these tournament games. They don't want their careers to end. Here's a shot to left field, and that is going to be caught for out number 3. So Strasburg-Franklin certainly does some damage, but a 2-run lead cannot be relaxed upon, and for Green, the 2-run deficit, it can be overcome, there is no doubt. Getting underneath of that ball to make the catch for the Green Bobcats, the left fielder Connor Blanton, and we move on to the bottom half of the 6th inning with Green coming to bat. This is Regional Tournament High School Baseball on WIOI.
From Valley, who is in the Criminal Justice Program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Kaylee, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
The CTC gives you many different opportunities. You get to be an adult but also a student at the same time.
And what are your plans for after high school?
I plan on going to college and getting my bachelor's in criminal justice and then following through with law school afterwards.
Scioto County Career Technical Center.
The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
To the bottom half of the 6th inning we go at Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, where the Green Bobcats now trail Strasburg-Franklin 9-7 in this Division 7 regional semifinal game in Athens. Due up for the Bobcats here in the 6th will be the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters. That's Gabe Blevins, John Knapp, and Noah McMacken. For Strasburg-Franklin in the top half of this inning, 2 runs off of 3 hits, 3 runners left stranded, no errors committed by Green. Strasburg-Franklin did have bases loaded with just 1 out, and Gabe Blevins was able to get a strikeout for the 2nd out and then a fly out to left to end the inning. It was not good for Green, but it could have been worse. Drew Lancaster continues to work on the mound, as up to the plate is Gabe Blevins. He started out the game at shortstop and moved to the pitcher's mound, replacing John Knapp in that role in the last inning. This pitch is going to miss the mark. Count quickly 2-0 to Gabe Blevins. Blevins has gotten on board all 3 times he has stepped up to the plate in this game. Hit by a pitch, a single to right field, and an error, and here is his 2nd base hit of the day. A knock to left field, and he is on board, and that brings up the game-tying run to the plate. This is John Knapp. Started out pitching, has since moved to first base. Knapp flew out to left field in the 1st, was intentionally walked in the 2nd, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Batting from the right side of the plate is John Knapp. Committed to Rio Grande and has been for quite some time. With Blevins standing down on first, this pitch outside for ball one. 1-0 the count. John Knapp's mother, Melissa, the varsity girls basketball coach at Green. Here is a shot to center field. This is driving the center fielder back, trying to fight the sun. He'll make the catch for the out. The runner, Gabe Blevins, tag, slides to second base, and he is going to be safe on the tag. That moves a runner into scoring position for Green. So a sac fly for John Knapp, advancing the runner.
Number 6, Noah.
That brings up the catcher, Noah McMacken. 3 for 3 today is McMacken. He's had a really good game. He singled to left field twice, singled to right field once, and he's really done a nice job on the defensive side behind the plate, keeping some errant pitches in front of him. We have a timeout as the catcher for Strasburg-Franklin is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. That's Tanner Tucker having a conversation with Drew Lancaster. I started to say a convo, but that might be a little misleading with the Convocation Center off in the distance in right field. I think there's only one convo in Athens. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. So with Gabe Blevins on second, the count is 1 ball, no strikes to Noah McMacken, looking to keep his hit streak intact. 3 for 3 today, looking for another. Here's a chopper to third, fielded. The runner is looked back at second base, and an errant throw in the third baseman. This is going to be an E5. Everybody going to be safe. Runners on the corners now for Green. So the Bobcats, after falling behind by 2 in the top half of the 6th, have something in the works here in the bottom half of this inning. E5 is how it will be scored, and that was partially a good job by the third baseman from Strasburg-Franklin. It really was. In between the ears, it was on point. It was just the arm that let him down. Brody Hurst fielded the ball, looked the runner back at second, just as he should have, but then the throw over to first was what was off target, giving him the error. So now runners on first and third with Uriah Satterfield stepping up to the plate. The right fielder will launch one to center field. It is going to be caught. Runner tags. He's going to go. Are we going to have a play at the plate? It's going to be semi-close. No! The runner, Gabe Blevins, is able to beat it. He is across home plate safely, and that narrows the gap to 1 as Green trims the Strasburg-Franklin edge to 9-8 here in this regional semifinal game. An RBI sac fly for Uriah Satterfield. Remaining on first base will be Noah McMacken, who got on board as a result of an error a few short moments ago. He's gotten on board all 4 times, McMacken has. 3 hits, and that error just a short few moments back. That brings up Case McIntyre, the third baseman. Hit into a fielder's choice, flew out and struck out. That's his stat line so far today. Looking for his first hit is McIntyre. 2 our way here in the bottom of the 6th. Green has tacked on a run to trim the Tiger lead to 1. 9-8 is the new score, with Gabe Blevins being knocked home as a result of a sac fly from Uriah Satterfield just a few moments back. This pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Pinch runner on first base for the Green Bobcats. And that is Caleb Mutter, a freshman. This pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2 the count to McIntyre. Mutter running for the catcher, McMacken. The 0-2 pitch. A chopper foul down the third base line. Count will stay at 0-2. McIntyre hitting .231 on the season. 19 runs scored, 15 hits in 65 at-bats. 7 RBI, 2 extra base hits, both doubles. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is a chopper snagged by the first baseman. And are they going to say it was in fair territory, or are they going to say foul? I've not seen a definite call. It looks like it's going to be foul. So a pretty good job by the first baseman from Strasburg-Franklin Avery Keffer. He was able to glove the ball, but it was in foul territory, the first base umpire determined, when the ball was gloved. So the count stays at 0-2. McIntyre not going down without a fight here in the bottom of the 6th inning with his team trailing by 1. Here is a swing and a miss. The catcher drops the third strike, but is able to toss the ball down to first base, and that will complete the out. 1 run on 1 hit for the Green Bobcats, 1 runner left stranded, and 1 error committed by Strasburg-Franklin. It's 9-8. The Tigers lead the Bobcats in this cat fight here today in Athens as we move on to the top half of the 7th. This is Regional Tournament Baseball on WIOI.
Has been in the Parsley family for years, so has pride in the Wheelersburg community.
I'm Drew Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2011. Best of luck to the Pirates.
I'm Cam Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2014. Stay humble, stay hungry, and go Bird.
I'm Nick Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2018, and a member of the 2017 state champion Pirates football team. Go Bird.
Hi, I'm Bruce Parsley, class of 1982. Go Pirates!
The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
One more inning of regulation baseball to go, unless Green could not allow Strasburg-Franklin any more runs here in the top half of the 7th and then battle back to tie it in the bottom half of this inning. Of course, Green would be just fine with mowing down Strasburg-Franklin here in the top half of the inning and winning it in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see how it all plays out. 9-8 is the score. Strasburg-Franklin leads Green by 1. Due up for the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers here to lead off the 7th inning. Top of the lineup, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters coming to the plate. Drew Lancaster, Brody Boffman, and Caden Dugan. Lancaster has gotten on board all 4 plate appearances. A triple, a single, hit by a pitch and walked, and he's hit by a pitch for the 2nd time today. First time that he has gotten that treatment from Gabe Blevins. The earlier time, John Knapp was on the mound, but the result is the same. And Drew Lancaster, you want to talk about on-base percentage? 5 trips to the plate. 5 times he's gotten on board. So the leadoff batter is on, and that will bring up Brody Boffman. Boffman has had 2 singles and has gotten on board as a result of an error. He's gotten on board all 3 times he stepped to the plate. He squared up the bunt here, pulled back at the last moment, and that's going to be a strike. 0-1 the count. Lancaster, Boffman, and Caden Dugan. That trio, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters, have really posed problems in this contest for the Green Bobcats. Here's a snap throw from pitcher Gabe Blevins over to John Knapp at first base. Runner back in time. 0-1 the count. Runner on board, no outs, top of the 7th, and swinging away and not connecting is Brody Boffman. That'll be strike number 2. Pretty pitch by senior Gabe Blevins, who has come on in relief of John Knapp. That switch being made an inning ago in the 6th. The 0-2 delivery. A little low and a little inside, ball 1. So often the description as a pitcher is getting into his windup is to say kick and deal, but with Gabe Blevins, there's not much of a kick. That left foot doesn't come that far off the ground, but a major shove off with the right. Here's a shot to right center field. This could be trouble, and it's going to get down for at least a base hit. The runner rounds second and goes to third, and with that, Strasburg-Franklin has runners on the corners. Right fielder Uriah Satterfield just couldn't get to it as that hit wound up perfectly, falling in between the right and center fielders. A base hit for Boffman, his 3rd of the day. He's gotten on board all 4 times. Runners on first, runners on third. Caden Dugan stepping into the batter's box. The senior shortstop He has gotten hit by a pitch. He has gotten walked. He's gotten on board as a result of an error, and he's had a single. Runner goes down to second without a throw. Runners on second and third now for Strasburg-Franklin. No outs here in the top half of the seventh inning. 9-8 the score. Green trailing the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers out of the Inter-Valley North Division of that conference here in this Division 7 regional semifinal. A Sweet 16 game. This pitch outside and high, ball one. 1-0 the count. Runner out there at second base, Brody Boffman, trying to encourage the Strasburg-Franklin faithful who have made the trip to Athens here for this one this evening. And boy, they are making some noise, cheering their troops on loudly. This pitch misses for ball two. I had the chance to see the Notre Dame Lady Titans softball team defeat Strasburg-Franklin last Thursday here at Ohio University in a regional semifinal in Division 7. Strasburg-Franklin knows its baseball and softball. The softball team has won 10 state championships, most of any school in the state of Ohio as far as titles in the sport of softball. I'm sure many of those folks here cheering on the baseball team have a lot of familiarity with the softball squad. Some of the young ladies in the stands probably members of that softball team that fell to Notre Dame in the Sweet 16. Well, after a couple balls were thrown to Caden Dugan, it was decided to go ahead and intentionally walk him and send him down to first base. Bases loaded now, no outs, as the number 4 hitter Brody Hurst steps to the plate. He's a junior third baseman. He is 3 for 4 today with a triple and a pair of singles. The only time he didn't log a hit, he flew out to left field. That was back in the first inning. He will take strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Green looking for the first out here in the top half of the seventh. Here is a shot to center. This will probably be a sack. It's going to be caught by the center fielder. A throw to the shortstop, and the runner will easily cross the plate. RBI sack fly for Brody Hurst. Scoring Drew Lancaster, and that stretches the Strasburg-Franklin lead back to 2 runs, 10-8 the new score. So now runners on first and second. With 1 away here in the top half of the seventh inning, first baseman Avery Keffer, a junior, will step to the plate. And before the pitch, Strasburg-Franklin coach Mike Becker wants to have a quick chat with the home plate umpire. And that conversation is not done with just yet. Did we have a pinch runner check in? Re-entry, okay. Gotcha. Avery Keffer had a runner the last time that he got on, which was a walk an inning ago. And that information is being relayed to the home plate umpire from Coach Mike Becker. This pitch misses for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Gabe Blevins now working on the mound after replacing John Knapp in the last inning. This pitch will miss for ball number 2. Since entering the game, Blevins has recorded 2 strikeouts. Wouldn't another be nice? But things are going to have to change quick, fast, and in a hurry, as right now Avery Keffer is ahead in the count, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Blevins, the right-hander, getting set to deliver the pitch to the left-handed hitter, and this one's in there for a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. I believe Blevins was behind in the count 3-0 a little earlier and fought back to get the out. Could we see that type of effort again? Here's the 3-1 delivery, in there for a strike, and that makes the count full. 3-2. A punch out here would be ginormous, as Green just really can't afford to let this deficit get any larger already, trailing by 2. Here is a grounder to second, picked up, over to first in time, a play at the plate, and the throw from first baseman John Knapp not in time, and another run scores for Strasburg-Franklin as Brody Boffman, good base running, he'll slide across home plate to extend the lead to 3, 11-8 the new score.
The catcher, number 6,
4-3 on the out. 2 are away, but more damage done. A runner on third with catcher Tanner Tucker stepping into the batter's box. 1 for 4 today. Here is a shot to left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Another run scores, and now Green is looking at a 4-run deficit going into the Bobcats' final at bat. An RBI single for Tanner Tucker. The second hit of the day. Tucker on first. Zayden Barr now stepping to the plate. He has been hit by a pitch twice tonight. He struck out and grounded out to short. Timeout before Blevins delivers the first pitch. That was Caden Dugan scoring moments ago, courtesy of that RBI single from Tucker. This pitch is fouled toward the first base dugout where Strasburg-Franklin is located. Strike number 1, 0-1 the count. Barr digs in, awaiting the 0-1 delivery from Blevins. Here it is, swung upon, popped up. This one not going to get out of the infield. John Knapp getting underneath of it, and he will make the catch. For out number 3, it goes as F3 on the scorecard. But 3 runs tacked on by the Tigers, and now Green is down to its last at bat, trailing 12-8 as we head off into the bottom of the 7th. This is Regional Tournament High School Baseball on WIOI.
Planning to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical. Just as the Wheelersburg McDonald's has been in the Parsley family for years, so has pride in the Wheelersburg community.
I'm Drew Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2011. Best of luck to the Pirates.
I'm Cam Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2014. Stay humble, stay hungry, and go Bird.
I'm Nick Parsley, Wheelersburg class of 2018, and a member of the 2017 state champion Pirates football team. Go Bird.
Hi, I'm Bruce Parsley, class of 1982. Go Pirates!
To the bottom of the 7th inning we go, and work needed to be performed by the Green Bobcats, who are staring at a 12-8 deficit. Green down to its final at-bat for Strasburg-Franklin in the top half of this inning. 3 runs off of 2 hits, 1 runner left stranded, no errors committed by Green. Can the Bobcats find a way to overcome this 4-run deficit? The 8, 9, and number 1 hitters are due up. That's Brennan Renison who will lead it off. He will take ball number 1. We will also be assured to see Connor Blanton and Riddick Jenkins. This pitch swung upon and missed. Might have gotten a piece of it, but it's a strike either way. 1 ball, 1 strike now the call to Brennan Renison. He's gotten on board all 3 times he has been at the plate. A single to left field back in the 2nd inning, which scored 2 runs. He got on board in the 3rd as a result of catcher's interference and got on board as a result of an error in the 5th. He'll swing away here, not connect, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Renison on the season, batting .200. 14 hits, 10 RBI, 3 extra base hits, all doubles. This pitch will miss the mark for ball number 2, evening up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The winner returns here tomorrow to Bob Wren Stadium in Athens to square off against the South Webster Jeeps in the Elite 8. That'll begin at 3. Here is a shot to center, and the center fielder for Strasburg-Franklin barely had to move right to him as Lucas Gopp makes the catch, and 1 is away, and Green is down to its final 2 outs of the season. That brings up the left fielder, senior Connor Blanton. 0 for 3 today, having struck out twice and flown out to second base. He is a right-handed batter, and on the season, Connor Blanton is batting .214. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Drew Lancaster didn't start the game, but he came on very early in relief of Brody Boffman and has done a pretty good job. So far for Green, 8 runs off of 8 hits. Here's strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I just hope y'all put all your weights away this time. I just hope y'all put all your weights away this time.
The 1-1 pitch. A little low for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Green is 22-4 entering this contest. The Bobcats three-peated as Southern Ohio Conference Division I champs, finishing 7-1 within league play. This pitch in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The senior Connor Blanton. Strasburg-Franklin 21-7 overall, with an 11-1 conference mark in the Inter-Valley Conference Northern Division. This pitch is going to be fouled. The ball was hit but then bounced off the plate before trickling to the foul side of the first base line. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Talked a little earlier about the Strasburg-Franklin softball program and how good that program has been throughout the history of the school. 10 state titles, 3-peating, 2022, 23, and 24. My buddy Matt Payton reminded me that the Strasburg-Franklin girls basketball team won it all this past winter. This pitch will miss the mark for ball number 3. Count is full. My boy Matt Payton taking care of me even when he's not physically present. This pitch fouled. Count stays full. Matt, like so many, I'm sure, watching on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel to the video stream. Last night's Valley and Minford regional semifinal and D5 played here at OU. Viewed by 3.4 thousand. Here is strike number 3, and 2 are away. Green is down to its final out. The Bobcats go to the top of the order. Sophomore second baseman Riddick Jenkins will try to keep hopes alive. It has been such a good season for Green. Most polls appearing in the top 10, in some cases the top 5. But the Bobcats are in serious danger here, trailing 12-8 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 away and no runners on board. Here's a shot to third base, fielded, over to first, in time, 5-3 put out, and that will bring this contest to an end. A great season for Green as the Bobcats will wrap it up with a record of 22 victories and 5 losses. Strasburg-Franklin ups its mark to 22-7, and the Tigers will return here to Bob Wren Stadium in less than 24 hours, as will I, to bring you play-by-play coverage of tomorrow's regional championship game between Coach Ryan McClintock's South Webster Jeeps and the Strasburg-Franklin Tigers. Again, the final score this evening, 12-8. Strasburg-Franklin rallies from a 7-1 deficit to get the win over the Bobcats. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up. You've been listening to High School Regional Tournament Baseball on WIOI.
Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck.
Thinking about a home cleanup project? Putting on a new roof? Replacing that old broken concrete driveway? Then you need to call the professionals at Correll's Bulldog Containers. They have many sizes of containers to choose from. Whatever your next cleanup or project around your property, call Correll's Bulldog Containers. Open 6 days a week. Phone 574-4455. That's 574-4455. Locally owned and operated. Correll's Bulldog Container.
At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump. Always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you, with locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel. Haley Sanders is a senior band member from Green who is in the child care program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Haley, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC and your program?
It really helps me learn to deal with kids and helps me prepare for the future.
And what are your plans for after high school?
To be a special education teacher.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future. Mako Finished Products, located in the Balzer Industrial Park in Lucasville, processes automotive parts with precision CNC equipment. You may actually be driving a vehicle that has a part they made. At Mako, highly trained workers, many of whom trained at the Scioto County Career Technical Center's Ramtech training facility located nearby, make precision parts using advanced technologies. Mako Finished Products wishes the best to all local teams. Portsmouth, you can count on Buffalo Wild Wings every Tuesday for buy one, get one 50% off bone-in wings. Enjoy your go-to wing flavors or try something new like our limited time flavors. Grab another wings lover in your life or enjoy them all yourself. We don't judge. Your new Tuesday ritual is here and it's saucy. Ow! Head to the sports bar to get your wings on at participating locations. Not valid with other offers or discounts. See website or app for details.
The Green Bobcats put up quite the fight but fall short to Strasburg-Franklin in a Division VII regional semifinal baseball game played at Bob Wren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University in Athens. Strasburg-Franklin advances to tomorrow's regional final and will play the South Webster Jeeps. The Green Bobcats finish up 22-5 on the season. A great year it was for Coach David Shoops, three-time SOC Division I champions. Back-to-back-to-back, I should say. They've won it many more times than that throughout school history, but Green has won the league title in each of the last 3 seasons. John Knapp's illustrious career comes to an end here today. He wound up giving up 9 runs off of 10 hits. He did account for 9 strikeouts. Let's take a look at some of the offensive highlights as we run down the Green Bobcats batting lineup. Riddick Jenkins, the leadoff. He wound up getting on as a result of a walk and an error, so he was on board twice in this contest. Mason Neal had a single in the game. Gabe Blevins got on board in all 4 plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch, had 2 singles, and got on board as a result of an error. John Knapp had a sac fly and got on as a result of a walk. Noah McMacken got on all 4 times he went to the plate. He actually went 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and he also got on board a 4th time as a result of an error. Uriah Satterfield had a single in the game as well as a sacrifice fly. Brennan Reisner had a single, got on board as a result of catcher's interference called on Strasburg-Franklin, and Renison, I should say, also got on as a result of an error, so he got on board 3 times in the contest here this evening. Gabe Blevins came on in relief of John Knapp in the 6th inning and did a very admirable job, but Strasburg-Franklin able to get the win tonight. The top of the Strasburg-Franklin order was detrimental to Green's cause this evening, and I will be anxious to see what that trio will be able to do tomorrow against the South Webster Jeeps, who were winners earlier over Newark Catholic 4-2. Drew Lancaster, the leadoff batter, wound up getting on board all 5 times he stepped into the batter's box. He had a triple, he had a single, he was hit by a pitch twice and was walked once. Brody Boffman got on board. All 4 times he stepped to the plate. He had 3 singles, 3 for 3 is what he went batting-wise, but he also got on board as a result of an error. Caden Dugan got hit by a pitch, got walked twice, got on board as a result of an error, and he had a single, so he got on board. All 5 times he went to the plate. Brody Hurst had a triple, a couple singles, and a sac fly. He had a good game. Avery Keffer got on board as a result of a walk. Tanner Tucker had a couple hits in the contest, including an RBI single in the 7th inning. Zayden Barr got on board as a result of being hit by a pitch not once but twice. Also, Lucas Gopp, he got on board as a result of being hit by a pitch, and it was just a good all-around effort for Strasburg-Franklin, which is now 22-7 on the season. So, congratulations to the Green Bobcats, the SOC Division I champs, on another successful season coming to an end here this evening in Athens in the Sweet 16. That's a good year. Strasburg-Franklin moves on to the Elite 8, and that sets up the matchup tomorrow between the Tigers and the South Webster Jeeps. The Jeeps were winners earlier 4-2 over Newark Catholic. South Webster fell behind 2-0 in the first inning of that contest, but would rally with a run in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th, and an insurance run in the 7th to get the victory. South Webster and Strasburg-Franklin will meet tomorrow right here in Athens at Bob Wren Stadium in a Division 7 regional final, and you'll be able to hear hopefully the entire game on 92.1 FM WIOI. You will be able to watch it all on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. And I phrase it that way because we've got a busy day of local high school sports on 92.1 FM. It's going to start with 12:15 coverage from Firestone Stadium in Akron. That's when coverage is set to begin, leading up to the Notre Dame Lady Titans state semifinal from Akron's Firestone Stadium, with the first pitch scheduled for 12:30. But I believe there's an earlier game, a 10 o'clock game. If it should run long, drag, go to extra innings, that could push things back. That has a tendency to happen in state tournament games, especially baseball and softball, and heaven forbid there should be any precipitation in Akron. That could certainly wreak a little havoc. But the game plan tomorrow for us on 92.1 FM WIOI is to, first and foremost, get the state semifinal softball game on the airwaves, and then as soon as that's done, we will turn our focus to the regional semifinal baseball game between South Webster and Strasburg-Franklin here in Athens. We hope to get on the air before the game's first pitch, but if not, we will join it in progress. You, again, will be able to see it in its entirety on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. It's Notre Dame and Sycamore Mohawk tomorrow in softball. 12:15 air approximately, depending on how things are going there at Firestone Stadium in Akron. 12:30 first pitch, and then for sure here tomorrow, 3 o'clock first pitch. You'll be able to see it on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. So that's how that is going to go down tomorrow. So keep listening as we continue to follow Scioto County's high school baseball and softball teams throughout the end of the road. South Webster, the lone Division 7 baseball team left standing now, playing in the Elite 8 tomorrow. And also let us not forget about Nolan Crabtree's Valley Indians playing in a Division 5 regional championship tomorrow against Harrison Central. That game will take place in Marietta. Run out of people and run out of places. So unfortunately, we won't be making the trek to Marietta, but we'll be rooting on Coach Nolan Crabtree's ball club from afar. Congratulations again to the South Webster Jeeps on that 4-2 win earlier today over Newark Catholic, and kudos to Coach David Shoup's Green Bobcats on a great season as it comes to an end here tonight in the form of a 12-8 setback to Strasburg-Franklin. That's going to do it for us, and a big thank you to all the people that made this broadcast possible. The McKinley Funeral Home, McDonald's, Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, the Real Estate Gallery, Little Septic Service, Harris Floor Covering, the Glockner family of dealerships, Hope Source, Menford Telephone and Menford TV, along with Falcon One Internet, the Schmidt Family Restaurants, Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers and Buffalo Wild Wings, the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, Mako Finished Products, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, Correll's Bulldog Containers, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, Call Your Home Medical, and the Sherman Cricker Insurance Agency. I'm Chuck Greenslate, one final time reminding you the final scores here from Athens today. In the earlier D7 regional semifinal baseball game, it was South Webster over Newark Catholic 4-2, and in the one we just witnessed, in a game that took 2 hours and 15 minutes to complete, it was Strasburg-Franklin defeating the Green Bobcats by the final of 12-8. A big thank you back at Studio Control to Alan Hoover and John Kantz, and also a big thank you to the Total Media Sports YouTube video streamers for their great work here tonight. Until tomorrow, so long, everybody.
It's 10:10 a.m. WIOI, New Boston, Portsmouth, and 92.1 FM. Translator W221EW, New Boston, Portsmouth.